Hello, everyone, and welcome back once more to the Sunday Crew, the Azure Line Mercenary Company, session 66. Expeditious thoughts. However, before we get into all that, let's rewind the clock to last session as we came back to the party, starting out with figuring out what they wanted to do after getting their butts kicked by the Glasswing sisters. The sisters, unfortunately, having left a trap for the party in the previous session, they had some difficulties, and thus having come back together as a group, almost as a group, completely collapsed and unconscious. Um, Adam was then given a really funny bit that he didn't deliver on for shit, like a freshman actor who was being forced to take drama class.
I
Um,
tried, but everyone was refusing and
Tried
rejecting me.
my ass. I don't even want to hear it. You gave
Every time
minimal
I
effort.
spoke, every time I was trying to
And
speak during it, they kept trying to cut me off.
and what do when you've got other actors who are talking at the same time? You wait for your moment to throw it back in, because you know what comedy is? It's timing, motherfucker. Don't argue with the DM.
You know me. I'll argue.
But yes, due to Adam's poor ability to lead with
Uh
a
huh.
good
Uh
joke,
huh.
and inability to read comedic timing,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you know what? One of us is single, alright? And clearly that means one of us is funny. Just
Oh
putting
yeah,
out there.
absolutely. All right, for sure.
I'm gonna get a bomb in my, or a nail pipe, a bomb in my mail later for this. Alright, but as I was saying, yes, the party having come together where Adam failed his delivery and Tovia tried to figure out what was going on with the party itself. Eventually, after a little bit of shouting between the two sides, finally Adam would fail to deliver his joke. Yes, I'm going to keep emphasizing that because I'm still bothered I gave you such a good lead up. And Tovia would finally give up on trying to listen, as the two would end up basically separating and eventually causing a bit of a stir amongst the party. As individuals began to wake up and come together, though, a discussion was had further to see what the next plan was before a small argument ensued and irritations were had, leading to Lady Ferrum splitting from the party as two of the members found themselves invited by a mysterious, supposedly dwarfed fire giant, or half-dwarf fire giant, as they were told, named Shar, that offered to take their party just at the perfect time to a tavern that wouldn't ask questions and would give them space to talk. The party deciding to split up, Lady Ferrum not trusting it, and Tovia not wanting to leave Lady Ferrum to be ambushed, decided to head off in one direction, while Adam and Ofa decided to check out what was going on, and whether or not this tavern would be worth looking into. As the party split, we got a little bit of Tovia and Lady Ferrum investigating the beautiful city of Raislaw and checking out a few minor things here and there, finding themselves ending on an area where they were able to watch some children playing some weird game on this red brick field. Meanwhile, Ofa and Adam would find themselves fully invested into the tavern, having gotten themselves a nice little table set up. And after a snide comment from Adam about the tavern and the overall setup, the entirety of the spell that had been keeping their appearances unseen would drop, prompting Red Maw to seemingly out of nowhere get interested and irritated with the party attacking them, which the party accepted as just normal, but day to day. Bad guys sees good guys, smackdown happens. Never questioning why suddenly someone with a bounty would attack them out of nowhere, even why they would know that they were hunting them. But with that, the party managed to quite easily hold off the group. Though Adam, for those fans who commented on it, did not use much of his maneuvers. He was able to whirlwind and keep a good amount of spells from being cast, irritating the GM just enough to give Opa a chance before squaring off with the four troll. I guess what would be side characters or ads is what the kids call nowadays. I don't know what you'd consider his allies, Redma's fellow tribesmen. While Ofa one-on-one Redma himself. The fight would turn epic as the two would manage to end up duking it out pretty well, with Adam managing to take down two of the goblins before Lady Farum would eventually manage to get there and step in. From there, Opa would manage to end up taking down Red Maw after a quick surprise and managing to take his staff. The party would quickly grab what they could and run, realizing that the kingpins and drug dealers and other criminals probably were not going to be the happiest for those who lost, thus retreating out with the bodies they had earned. With that, we kind of ended session, and in between sessions, we've taken about 2 days in session time for the party's characters to get some rest after being up until literally midnight fighting in a tavern, and being able to turn in the bounties that they were given, which I think I've already posted what those bounties were. Henchman, thank you, Tovia. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, so with that, we return back to mid morning of the 35th. The 35th. I don't know why it says 33rd. That's the fun one for you. 35th of the White Wolf, or September, in the year 65,003. The weather outside is about 87 Fahrenheit and dark, with no clouds in sight. The humidity is about 105 already. As we return back to the party and enjoying their stay let me find the name of the place. Yes, the Forge Wife's Rest. Um, as we come back to you lot, yeah, every day is the 33rd if you can't count exactly. As we come back, 2 days now later, well, technically 1 day proper, party rested, having had a day to themselves to kind of relax, get recuperated, getting anger out of their way, looking at you, Lady Farum, and all that. We return back to you lot as you find yourselves enjoying a heavy breakfast of what looked to be some sort of large bird's eggs and some sort of sausage-like meat that smells very similar to Landerkin. The more you chew on it. But with the ale being cold, the coffee being hot, and the people amongst the inn being quiet, for the most part, you lot have had really no bother since the last fight you had when you guys were together. Having had the last day to yourselves to kind of spend it alone and do as you wish, this is kind of the first time you've come back to see one another once again as we return back, sitting around the table enjoying.
Hello.
Tovia is eating a proper breakfast and making sure that this time Seer doesn't eat so much he can't fly.
Only seeds this time handed to Seer instead of donuts and meat.
He's
and
on a
some-
little bit of a diet just until they're sure that his cholesterol levels aren't too crazy.
He's now half the size. He's able to kind of fly for about 5 feet, and before he gets tired, sits back down. But yeah, as you lot kind of enjoy food, watching some of the fire giants and other individual adventures kind of coming in and out, it's roughly pretty quiet in here. I mean, the inn's somewhat busy, but for the most part, most of it is people kind of walking in through the front entrance, passing by the bar to go to the back where the crafting hall is, and heading in there. As you guys have kind of been watching this through the morning, it's been roughly pretty much calm. Surprisingly, no attacks, no threats of alarm, no nothing.
Nice. I think Tovia, while eating food, would kind of look at the rest of the party and be like, "Well, we had two missions. First one didn't go too great. Second one went really good. What's next on the docket? What are we thinking? Another bounty? Another?"
I could join an
Me,
expedition.
me heard about that one.
Oh yes, I was seeing flyers of that around. Certainly seems like a bit more of a long quest, but definitely seems like there's a lot of good opportunity there.
We would have to prepare beforehand, make sure we have supplies and anything necessary before we would go, but we should probably sign up first and then do the shopping?
Yeah, yes. I would like also to see. Saw there was a little contract and clause, and would love to see a full copy of that before we sign on. Just have it from where I used to live. You always read the full contract before you sign.
Yeah.
Me can't read.
Adam, I'll read for you. Don't worry. I can read any language, and they tap their helm of comprehend and read languages.
Hmm.
Also, we should probably figure out if we're gonna hold on to this incredibly cursed magical staff and ring, or if we're gonna try to save them and break the curses on them, or I don't think we should use them given the curses.
Me no care. Go ahead, self if want.
I'll look at Ophan's Farum.
If we can't break the curse, I don't want it, but I could use the club for some stuff if the curse can be broken.
Perfect. Then maybe we make that a back burner project for now. See what can be done about that. I mean, if we go in the expedition, there's bound to be at least one other magic caster, surely.
As you say this, someone an adventurer kind of walks by shouting for another group as they kind of walk over towards the bounty board that's kind of set off to the side of the bar. As they're kind of talking amongst themselves excitingly, one of them kind of grabs this big piece of paper and posts it up on the wall. A new bounty seemingly posted next to the expedition, as you all can kind of see from where you're sitting. And from roughly what you see, and I'll be posting in the chat for reference, you see a very unique looking individual drawn up there that as you look over at Adam is just almost insultingly similar.
Crime escaped. Escaped what?
Handsome man in photo.
Why are you
Wonder
wanted?
what they did. What do you? Is that what that says?
It says escaped. It doesn't specify anything else. It just says escaped.
Huh. Huh. Good
I
thing
do
we
think
not that guy.
I do think that is an excellent sign to say that we should probably no longer be here. We should probably
Oh, yeah.
get get
Me agree.
on the move fairly
Me
soon.
think that expedition fantastic idea. Me no want be in city no more.
Looks
Do you think,
over at a few of the adventurers are
guys?
lying him up and down.
Do you think we should disguise them? They're gonna see this in the expedition group.
No see if take paper.
Uh, you know what? I send Seer to go fetch it.
Yeah, as Fear flies over and kind of grabs it and pulls it back, some of the adventurers just kind of
Text him.
as they grab another, or as another one gets posted up.
Fuck.
Keep eating them. No, I have a feeling that maybe your friend at the tavern that we fought at last time maybe is behind that.
Me no think that, especially since crime is escape. Me think collectors.
Oh. Well. Yeah, we should get going.
Whoosh right over the head.
Yeah, as Opa is playing with his food in the background.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I thought that was funny as hell.
He's doing the airplane, but for himself.
See, what actually is happening is he's trying to lure Seer closer by.
I'm actually just cleaning my chef tools and making noises as I do it.
But yeah, as you continue enjoying your breakfast, seeing that, I will repost the expedition up for you for reference.
Perfect.
Oh, there's some stuff I do want to sell.
Yeah, I assume you're not just
Yeah.
going to walk out of the city right now. I just assume you're also
Yeah.
not going to stay here another night, given that
No,
now.
not gonna stay
Yeah,
in the places where they're posting the bounties. Yeah.
I just want to double check for everyone really quickly. I'm sorry for doing this now. Is everything that's marked red on the Google Doc good to sell? Like we've double checked everything.
I'll do a double check, but when I looked at it earlier today, I would say yes. Everything marked
Mhm.
explicitly in red, yeah.
Because I'm probably just gonna bulk sell it and probably take a loss on it just to. It's probably what's gonna happen, but I just need to make space for the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Don't forget about all of Ned's stuff too. I forgot
I
to
do.
put that on the sheet.
Oh yeah, I can copy all that. I have that written somewhere.
Remember, you can also trade items for other items if you can't make up the coin value, so that could be something to consider.
Yeah. Especially when we're with other adventurers on the expedition.
Yep.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Oh yeah. Like with some of those poisons, there's probably some adventurers in the expedition who
Oh,
probably
yeah.
would use poisons and stuff like that.
A bit more so than just the heavier stuff that we don't need. Like we have all the fucking gem stuff. But that's
We have a
about
lot of monster bones and stuff, and no party crafter.
I can use some of the monster bones for bone broth.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright. As you
Come
kind of
on,
look
man.
through, as kind of Farron puts the bag of holding onto the table, as you lot kind of start digging through, looking at the items as they get pulled out. Kind of figure out what you kind of marking what's going to be sold, what's not, as you look through one last time. Some of the other adventurers kind of eyeing you lot up suspiciously. Many of them looking at Adam kind of curiously. None of them seem to think it's you, Adam, but you definitely can hear a few of the whispers in Giant. And I believe you do speak Giant, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If not, I do.
You
I
d-
do
I
speak
also speak it as
giant.
well.
Perfect. You do hear whispers as of them walking by, going, "Could that be him? Maybe he knows the guy. Is it racist to ask?"
That is like it's like the you know how when there's like the images where they take like 1,000 of like a race and they like overlay it to create like the most like basic person of the race, like that's what this Neanderthal looks like. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
like hey, like come on, we don't all look like that. I mean, most of us like generally do.
What even is a Neanderthal?
And
Never heard
I'm
of
just
it
looking at
before.
like this could either be my grandfather, my uncle, or my mother. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like, come on, we all got that like accentuated like forehead, the brows. You know, this is incredibly racist. It's like putting like, you know,
This could be a
I'm not
5-year-old
gonna
or a
like
30-year-old. Who knows?
exactly.
I got you. She's kind of not saying anything. She just watch people walk by, looking at you, here catching their conversation. Yeah, good.
It's John
Do you need a
Neanderthal.
two-handed weapon, Hunter?
I do have two-handed weapons.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah,
You want-
I have a great sword, a bastard sword, and then my anti-magic, my deflecting
But-
longsword.
I have a +2 adamantine great hammer. If you don't have like a better two-handed weapon.
You have a what now? A +2 great hammer?
Adamantine great hammer.
What size is that?
I think it's large.
Is it large?
I'm pretty sure it's large. Yeah.
Then I can't use it.
Short people problems. Got it. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, medium people problems, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot
Sorry,
of
Not
medium
all
people
medium
here,
people. I
yeah.
could use it if I wanted.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe in the if I get
I'm just
when I
not
eventually
proficient
get
with it.
like
Oh,
I
no, I'm
do
asking
plan
now
on
because
getting
I'm not holding on to it. I'm selling it or I'm giving it to someone.
because I could put it in a bag of holding on my end just because when I do eventually get monkey's grip, I can.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll hold on to it for the time.
But yeah, like right now, I've a basic great sword and then a +1 bastard sword and the +1 long sword of deflect magic or whatever the hell it's called.
I'll just hold on to that for you guys then. Until
Appreciate it.
yeah, no. Sorry about that, DM.
No, you're good. Yeah. As you guys kind of go through your equipment and everything, As you finish up your breakfast, is there anywhere you'd like to go? Are we just thinking out towards the merchant districts to see what kind of merchants you can run into, or are you going to go to one of the shops you guys have seen as you've been walking through town?
Let me check.
Adam needs a mask.
Or a
I
very
don't
big
think I've
helmet?
seen many shops specifically selling what I want, so I would just be looking for general like market
Okay.
area, see who's out and about, maybe ask some locals for direction.
Okay. So is the party following Tovia in this situation, or what's the plan here?
Yeah, there's currently nothing that I think is going to be in a special area. Besides, besides the time when we're gonna probably start searching for items to bring on the expedition to make sure we don't die.
Mm-hmm.
I've got really nothing right now that I want.
Okay. And you mentioned you were also thinking about going to the guild first to go get registered for the expedition before you buy equipment?
Yeah, that'd probably be
Believe so.
smart. They might even have recommendations of where to go.
Mm-hmm. Instead of the slots don't fill up.
Okay. Alright. Going once? Anybody have any other thoughts?
Yeah, I will go with them. I do have some items I want to look for, but obviously I'll wait.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's
Fa-
stick together, guys.
Farum, are you going to go up on your own again?
No, she's joining them.
Okay, perfect. Making sure. Cool. Yeah. Then as you guys head back towards the guild for the Blood Claws, the one that you guys kind of gained a familiarity with, also one that Lady Farum has become on a first name basis with at this point. Yeah, as you guys head back towards the scale market, kind of pushing through the market district and everything, heading into the guild, it's quite busy today as you kind of look. There are a lot of adventures about, roughly from what you can tell, many of them around your own rank or higher, with some of them carrying adamantine talons on their person. As the kind of area seems to be almost packed, many of the tables kind of already filled up. A small line kind of already at reception as you kind of walk over. And as you stand there waiting in line, listening to a couple of the other adventurers, give me a listen or spot check, please.
You said a
Okay,
listen?
30, 20
Listen or spot. Dirty 20 listen.
Or
Thank you,
spot.
Lady Farum. Okay.
Absolutely.
Double check. I believe I get it.
15 spot.
Gotcha.
That is a 15 listen.
Okay.
14 spot.
All right. For those looking about, you do notice that there are a lot of individuals that look to be kind of sadder. A lot of snowbeards or dwarves in this case amongst the rank that look to be wearing the sigil of the Iron Heart kind of upon their chest, as well as a few others that seem to wear similar symbols of either a heart with water kind of sloshing about in it, or a bloodied looking heart of sorts that have kind of filled up the ranks. In fact, as you look around, you'd say almost 50% of the adventurers in here wearing one of the one of those three symbols. For those listening, you hear whispers of a celebration, something about celebrating the death of James, or the anniversary of James Dragon's death and the rise of the Ironheart Merchant Company. Something about merchants selling items at a discount throughout the city, and there being a huge celebration in the honor of the god of greed. As you kind of stand in line listening, Lady Farum, something catches your ear specifically. A name that you haven't heard in a minute, but given your background would recognize. The Xyrexia himself, a very high-ranking member of the Ironheart Merchant Company, and supposedly one of the main generals behind the Battle of Venkos Hold that fought alongside James when he first took his castle about 3 years ago now. Had become really immensely famous and basically James's right hand for his deep dark expeditions. And as you hear his name being mentioned about leading this expedition, that both puts you at ease. It also concerns you that that means this is a serious expedition.
Very interesting.
But as you kind of continue to stand in line, is there anything you'd like to say or do before you end up getting pulled up to the reception?
I think Tovia, sorry, I think Tovia's keeping their eye out for any adventurers, specifically like solo ones or ones in pairs, maybe that seem more like a roguish type. Specifically, those who look like they might specialize in like trap location or disarming traps, or like those kind of like Indiana Jonesy type, like good with dungeons, because no one in the party is skilled at that, and we could probably hire someone on. So Tovia's keeping their eye out for like a networking opportunity, basically.
Well, you're not gonna like this, Tovia, but you do spot the Glasswing sisters just sitting at a
Tovia
table.
only briefly saw them in the mirror and sees them immediately. Has a grip of fear in their heart. They get the flashback of like 2 sessions ago and immediately looks away. And
But what if we
looks
just
for
do
other
this
options.
right now and go tournament?
Adam takes the heating.
Yeah, in the guild. Yeah,
When they're
casually
casually
I,
eating and
halfway
drinking.
through Adam's saying that, just put my hand over his mouth.
Dude, it would turn into that trying
We're
to
not
happen.
having
and then
another bar incident.
the Glasswing
Hey, we
sisters
were
are gonna
good, but
fucking
we
it.
did
They're
good.
gonna, dude, they're gonna knock
Now,
out
we
fucking
got-
Adam. Kidnap
Right.
him and then
Redmaw was
turn him
very
in.
different.
No, Lady Ferm's right. Adam would get kidnapped and vanish before you guys had a second to do anything here.
They definitely have trapped here, man. They're ready.
I will say, yeah, Tovia, you do notice that. Secondly, the other person that catches your eye is Shar, is amongst the guild. She seems to be kind of sitting over at one of the tables by herself. And while you don't know her class, the fact that she's amongst the guild does tell you she's an adventurer. And I mean, she's leaner and very short for a fire giant, so that tells you she's probably more roguish than you, or like caster.
I
The
I
fun
think
thing
Adam
is-
and I might have an idea of whether or not she's roguish as well.
Yeah. I know, Tovia did not witness what went down in the tavern and therefore has no idea of their animosity, and only had a pleasant conversation with her when she invited them to the tavern. So I think Tovia would like wave upon seeing her and like be open to friendly conversation if she seems open to it.
Yeah.
But unless Ofa and Adam feel inclined to enlighten Tovia otherwise, Tovia just knows her as a semi-friendly face.
I mean, Ofa was trying to de-escalate the situation, so he doesn't necessarily mind.
Adam?
I could care less. Sorry, couldn't care less.
He just
Wonderful.
holds his boots a little tighter. That's all.
I don't want to be anywhere near her, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to cause a scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll say hi at some point.
Because
then.
hey, her bar is the one that got destroyed after whatever reason the thing came down and caused the red mod to
Hey,
come over and fight
honestly,
us.
I don't think the bar really got destroyed. They kind of moved all the
Mhm.
furniture out of the way.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I
Yeah.
obviously didn't use my fire breath, so
Yeah, that person is irrelevant to me. I care not for him.
Okay. Yep, as you kind of continue in the line, heading up, as you kind of get closer to Char's table, she kind of looks up, seeing you, Tovia, smiles, and she kind of like cheers you with the cup of coffee she's like sipping on as you come closer. Still standing in line with your group as you're waiting, as she looks over, seeing you kind of staring at her and goes, "Yes, is there something you needed?"
I just wanted to properly get to speak. My group ended up splitting off before we could talk, and by the time I got to your wonderful tavern, a fight had occurred, and there was a bounty, and it was a whole thing. I didn't realize you were actively adventuring. I figured you were kind of settled down running your business. Are you planning to join the expedition?
She kind of looks at you, her beautiful robes kind of glimmering, the little chain necklace around that seems to kind of gold dotted with gemstones kind of seems to glimmer. Her rings seemingly glimmering, two of them on each hand. bracers upon her arms that seem to have strange runes kind of carved across them, that kind of glimmer and platinum coloration. She kind of pulls out from underneath a very thin, but what looks to be almost like a mithril shirt, a talon, and sets it onto the table. And as you look down, you recognize Orichalcum, Tovia. This would put her two ranks below the top ranked individuals like Big, the Storm Bear, or Gib, the Fate's Failure, I can't remember the term what they were, or Kaijin as another example. Yeah, she is with the two other rankings above her being Chaoticum and Oventium Talon ranking. She is one of 400, as you recognize the symbol. She sets it on the table and looks up at you and smiles and goes, "I am retired, but I'm doing some work."
Oh, goodness, that rank color. Well, I was gonna offer if my party was okay with it, hiring you on since we're in need of some of your talents, but I mean, with a rank color like that, you probably have more advanced prospects in mind than a recently formed group. And Tovia kind of like chuckles in that like, "Aw, man," but in a good natured way also.
Mm-hmm.
I like whisper to Adam. I think she just implied we suck.
Yes.
Well, if you do end up on the expedition, I'm sure we'll see each other around, and you're always welcome to come over for a drink and a chat. But I don't think we could afford your fee with a rank color like that, so I suppose I'll leave you to it.
You're not wrong, and I am on business. I'm looking into the killer of a very powerful clan. The Ignavia clan has had a recent-ish attack and put a bounty out on an individual who killed them. Just kind of like her eyes kind of settling over towards Lady Ferrum and kind of smiling politely and goes, "Lady Ferrum, you wouldn't happen to know as a Wyvernkin any information on the Ignavia clan, would you?"
Nope.
Looks at you and goes, I assume you're not from your home country, as many of us aren't. That's no worries," as she smiles and looks at the rest of you and goes, "Enjoy your adventures. I'll see you on the expedition, but beware, as I hear there's a dangerous killer amongst the group. Maybe more than one."
Oh, well, let's hope they stick to killing the monsters and not the rest of us, and kind of laughs a little awkwardly, but also, I don't think grasping the severity of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And Tovia, as good natured and relaxed and optimistic as ever, will make their way back to the party and go, "Well, I think we're still down someone who knows trap finding. But maybe if we're friendly enough, we can get in good graces with a group that has one and adventure together." Yeah, Lady Farah, maybe
Why we
you'd
gotta
like
be
to help me with that
friendly?
task.
What? Sorry.
What did Opus say?
Why we gotta be friendly?
Well, they won't want to work with us if we're unfriendly. And we don't have enough of a reputation to kind of just expect people to come to us yet. Yet is the key word.
Red Maw had quite the reputation.
We
And
should.
and then I just look at my fists.
We should definitely talk about how we turn in the Red Mob bounty. Oh, believe you me, I plan to do just that. I mean, you punched him to death, I think was what happened. I kind of was distracted and I couldn't see him at the end, but very impressive stuff. Oh, bless
Excuse me.
whoever that was.
You see a guy in the background wave as
When Tobias says "bless whoever," I like cringe just a little.
some divine light glows down from the ceiling as suddenly
Whoa.
Opa knew.
Toby has to wonder suddenly if they might somehow have divine magic and looks a little unconcerned.
Dust got in my
Huh.
nose. I've been dusting this morning. I apologize as the GM here. The god of fate and shit has to clean his apartment. Oh. Alright, yes, as though you're kind of saying this and looking about, I will say something that each of you do notice. There aren't many, and I'm using the stereotypical concept here of what the implication is. There aren't many rogues amongst the adventurers who seem to be kind of signing up or in line to talk
Okay.
about the expedition.
Okay. That makes sense. Presumably, hopefully, it's mostly cleared out anyway, the first few floors, but.
Now, what about any as a barbarian, I might have a idea of what to look for. Any barbarians that would be more versed towards trap finding?
Good question. There are a few amongst the a group of druids that seem to be growing. About 5 druids and what look to be about 3 variations of barbarian fire giants. Although they do all seem to have the grass and tree mark.
I will like motion with my head towards them and go, that'd be our best option.
Do you? I mean, I can approach them to talk. They seem kind of more like your kind of people. Do you want to talk to them, or do you want my diplomatic support when you talk to them, or?
Not much of a talker.
They might appreciate that. They might also not appreciate that.
They are druids, may appreciate me in general.
Then I'll leave it to you, and I'll like give a supportive slap to the back, which I'm sure he does not feel, uh, given how strong and sturdy he is.
Mm-hmm.
I look disgusted at the fact that I have to go talk to somebody.
You quite literally brought it up, Ofa.
I'll like
Mhm.
sigh and start to walk towards them.
As you start to walk over, you see as the rest of your party is about one person from one group from the reception. I will let you know as you hear the party in front register the Crimson Curve Mercenary Company.
Well, maybe wait a second then.
You feel
After
like
that.
a child like pressure, a bit of like grabbing your hand, Ofa, as it suddenly something kind of like lightly tugged to you as you look back and see Tovia say that.
Wait, I think we need you for sign up. Verum, do we need him here for sign up?
Could we not all be here for sign up?
As Lady Ferrum says, looking at the rest of you, watching the others, the group in front, signing themselves up one by one.
Ah,
We all need to be here to sign up. Like,
okay. Afterwards, Ofa, you got this.
As you say this, the group in front, the Crimson Curve Mercenary Company, walk off after signing, and the receptionist kind of smiling up, recognizing Lady Ferrum and Adam, goes, yes, Marum and Eve, right?
yeah, sure, whatever. I don't fucking care.
No.
No, not our names.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. We've had so many people coming in for this expedition. I apologize. What can I do for you exactly?
We
here to
like
sign up
to
for the,
sign up
the Iron
for.
House.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. No, go ahead. Whatever.
My apologies. We both spoke at the same time.
No, I wasn't mean to be like a malicious with management. Like, you go ahead. So I'm writing something down real quick. Sorry.
We here to sign up for Expedition.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to be a bit more specific. We've got about 12 of them going on. I assume the big one that's going on?
Ironheart.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Phil pulls out a tablet or a piece of paper or virus with a on a wooden slab and kind of goes, okay, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bird. Alright, so 4 of you, and what's your group's name?
Azure line.
Azure line, alright. Okay, so the color blue line. Alright. And as far as it goes, all of you are signing up?
Yes.
Alright, fantastic. And are you bringing any other members?
Just us.
Okay. Nods,
At
looking
least
over.
right now.
Kind of nods, looking over at you as you say that with a little bit of concern, but otherwise kind of like nods. She goes, okay, and what job will you be taking? We have, so this expedition, to get to you a little bit of information about it, as we're telling everyone, is a professional expedition. So the difference between the normal expeditions we offer and the professional is that normal expeditions are sponsored, but typically are between dealings between the individual sponsoring it and the adventuring party that's being hired. The guild only intercedes on a professional standard to ensure payment. Basically, we reserve the payments ahead of time to make sure everyone's paid. There's no funny business, and usually the merchants we work with are basically the top rated, if that makes sense. So it's a guarantee of no, like, hey, you're going to show up to a spot and then have a dagger in your back and end up dead. We guarantee that. She kind of takes a sip of her tea and then kind of
You
looks up.
guarantee the dagger in our back?
No, I guarantee you. Well, we guarantee you will not have a dagger in your back.
Ah.
Now, yeah, with that in mind, there, as you read the expeditionary rules, there are a few things you have to follow. Artifacts and such are going to be given over to the group. If you do try to hide or steal one, it is not encouraged, but we understand it might happen. The Ironheart Merchant Company has given a warning that they are not doing this out of malicious intent, more to avoid unfortunate curses or boons coming upon individuals in the situation where it could do the most harm to the rest of us. They understand if you have a god or something tied to that item, you can make a special request. They are just ensuring the accuracy of the item does not kill anyone. Beyond that, as far as it goes, I'll need your rankings, and then of course what job you want, which will be either the identifying teams, the scouting teams, lore recorders, battlers, healers, logistics, or outpost builders. I will be posting that in a moment. Don't worry. As she kind of goes through that, each of these will have different options when you sign up. This expedition is roughly around 10,000 adventurers strong, and they range from individuals as low rank as just starting out, that being those of Copper Talon ranking, to we do all have a current sponsor of 1 Oventium Talon ranker and about 5 Chaoticum, as well as around almost 100 Orichalcum Talon ranking individuals coming with us. So this is quite a big deal. Items and materials will not be sold other than between adventurers while you're there. The Ironheart Merchant Company will not be providing any materials or goods for you lot, other than the route and the expectation of food if you will request it to eat at their dining hall and a safe place to camp. Basically, the simple understanding and how these expeditions work, if you're new to these, is that companies like this will hire a bunch of adventurers, and then the money in it is the company will pay for the items they provide, as well as the extra bonuses. We recommend getting miners kits to dig up the ground if you are not having to pay on ore, and making sure to slay as many monsters as you can that have high value, which you can come back and sell at the guilds or do own on your own as an independent merchant. Does that all make sense? As she looks at you a lot.
Sylvia nods.
Fantastic. She kind of looks between the rest of you and goes, and is there any questions from the rest of you?
No.
Nods at that. Goes, okay. Perfect. Sick. Alright. She kind of hands you the form and goes, "You can go fill this out while you're, if you're not sure and you want to kind of figure out things. There's information all around, and there's a couple other members of our guild that are walking around that are willing to answer anything you may have questions on. If you understand all that, please understand we are trying to keep the line moving for the more professional and high-ranking adventurers to be able to sign up quickly. So if you wouldn't mind stepping aside and taking a look at the options."
Mhm.
As she kind of like hurries you along, and you see this group of people, like this older elven individual in this like sleek black nobleman's privateer's outfit, a beautiful hat kind of popped on his head, felted with a giant phoenix's feather kind of coming off it. His wings popping out of his back in a crimson coloration, with what looks to be a clothesman behind him, a female clothesman with this deep red skin, as well as a smog that seem to be kind of traveling together. As they kind of seem to nod your way as they go to sign up, as you lot kind of step off to the side. And as you kind of find yourselves over here, you see a kind of drow-looking individual looking up at the same board where you lot are kind of standing by, as you kind of ushered off to the side to look over the bits of expeditionary information that have been posted up for like common answers to questions. His face paint kind of looks like a mix of Apex monster blood is the best thing you could really explain with the amount of magical aura coming off of it, and like you're pretty sure the other part's bird shit. Like, it's got the white coloration. It's pretty obvious, like, the color, as far as it goes. But they look to be a horrifying archer of some sort. A few apex monster skulls that you recognize having disappeared a few years back kind of hanging on their belt as they look up at the board, seemingly reading slowly as they voice out a few letters. But as you lot kind of look up at the board, you do see the what the job postings explain. Now, before I go in and do just each of the job here, do any of the jobs on the expedition catch your guys' interest specifically that you want to know more about?
Do we all have to do the same job to stay together?
Yes.
That's the assumption.
Yes. So from what you can tell, the expedition is broken up into each of these groups to keep it organized, and basically you as a party have to choose one of them to get put into, and that will be what your job is. Otherwise, you'll be split up from your party.
I know the scouts would probably be the most profitable, but
Yeah.
I believe probably
I feel like
battlers.
that's battlers was what I was leaning.
Battlers, I was interested in what they want lore recorders to do and what they want logistics to do. Identifying team, I don't think is probably going to be magic items, and other than me, I don't think anyone's really built for that.
I have a sword. I'm not much good for anything else.
Yeah.
Ofa looks around the room. I can't believe somebody brought a baby for an expedition.
Suddenly,
Hey, that's
see that same baby shoot out a fireball that lights up one of the large candles up above you on the ceiling that immediately like blares open and lights the entire area.
Jack.
Someone just got polymorphed their last adventure.
Now you suddenly realize that the cry out was actually a battle cry as the child was preparing. But yes, so to answer your question, so scout team, to Adam's own understanding, and even the mention of that, yes, it does have the highest advantage. However, to note, Adam, keep in mind, scouting means you're going ahead of all the high-ranked adventurers. That also means that there's not going to be backup. If you go forward and you suddenly die, that just tells the expedition not to go that way. So
I'm pretty sure it's the
Scouting
most
also
profitable.
means the traps aren't found yet, and we have
Oh, yeah,
to.
That's what I
And
meant. You
probably
know, it's
stealth.
the most profitable, but it comes with the most danger. I'm
Yep.
very well aware.
Okay. Also, they're going to be the most watched, you'd assume, because thinking about it, that'd be the ones who'd be most likely to steal. Battlers, for reference, are basically the frontliners. If the expedition gets attacked, your job is to stay by the camp to fight and hold, or if the scouting party is found their way to go, say like to a tomb or something like that, and there are monsters, they are sent forward to fight and hold the line. That is the largest group usually on in expeditions, as often you don't get many groups with rogues or trap finders. It's surprisingly, it's more common you get like fighters and like clerics and such.
I feel the only other thing that I would be useful in is going to be outpost building.
Lore recorders, to answer for Tovia, are those who are sent in after the tomb is cleared to basically look at the information on the walls and write down and also look for traps, basically that haven't been found in secret chambers. Then for the logistics, that is simply cooking and supply lines. Outpost building means you will be left behind to stay and build a place for the expedition to come back to and for future expeditions to travel to. So
I guess I would be good at logistics too.
Yeah, yes, you would. Outpost builders means you will not continue on after you are assigned with the expedition. You will just be left somewhere in the deep dark.
Yeah, if we're looking for any
Oh,
monicum
yeah,
of
I don't know about that.
XP or items, we should either be battlers or scouts. Scouts for
scout.
sure,
Well-
for if we're really wanting to hunt down some items.
Is identifying team like after the thing's cleared, or do you?
Correct.
Is that another one of the team? Okay.
Identifying
our
team is at the very back. They're the last ones to go in. Their job is to go through every magic item that's found and every basically tomb that's been looked through and check every nook and cranny of magic or anything else to make sure that everything's been identified and looked over.
Okay. So yeah, we either join the battlers or we do scout. I will say, just given Tovia doesn't have a good spot or listen, and I don't think any of us are stealthy, I think just being a battler group is probably the best option for us.
Azure line, we'll hold it.
We'll hold it. Oh, that's our slogan. Tovia writes that down.
I can't wait till you sell that to Greg and he thinks you mean something way different when you say you'll hold it.
Well, we need to. We'll workshop it, but that's the start.
All right, so kind of Adam with the one who kind of introduced it, looking at the checklist, checking off battler.
We battle.
Okay.
Wait, why is the guy that can't read the one filling out the paper? Hang on a minute.
I can make a check
Adam
mark.
can read fine.
It turns out Adam does know how to read specific words, as no one realized it. It's just, they're specific to what he's interested in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Turns out, battler is a common term used in most languages, so it's like knowing yes in every language. It's like, like how to say, like how to order food,
All I could think was Adam hand the paper over and then be like, "Oh, great, you chose the scout team," and all of us are like, "What?"
It was
No,
actually
no.
malicious.
Tovia and Seer are reading over his shoulder. We're checking his work.
Yeah.
Checking my list.
As Adam gets it right,
Good point.
thankfully. Looking through it, the last thing you see on there is a signature for each of you member to sign on to, basically, as you recognize a small bit of pact magic that will impulse you as you look at it. It's a very minor spell, so I'm not going to make you roll for it. But it will impulse you to basically let the expedition leader know if you steal an artifact or if you steal from another member.
Okay,
And-
so there'll be like a magical ward, basically.
To avoid, yes. So as Adam looks at it, seeing that is also why the realization of scouting would be bad, because, stealing gets you caught.
Well, but in
Well,
good news, if
I
someone
would
steals from
never.
us,
That's true. They would also get caught. So, as you fill out, though, signing it, I assume each of you will be signing.
I'm
Yeah,
going
Adam's
to,
signature
not
is a
thinking
handprint.
about it, sign my full name, and it's doing one of those things where the letters start kind of big, and it just gets smaller and smaller.
It's
Curves
like, oh
down.
shit, there's not enough.
Start going
There's-
down the page at the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
starts going down, curls around.
Okay. As Opa gets his signed, Adam puts his thumbprint, I think you said.
Hand.
Handprint,
Um,
okay. Just on the whole
Tovia,
thing.
Yep.
Tovia signs their name in a very elegant, noble script, and then allows Seer to press Seer's little bird foot also next to their name.
Okay. And then as you hand it to Lady Ferrum, are you going to sign off, Lady Ferrum?
Yeah, Ferm will just sign it for here.
Okay. As you walk back over and kind of hand it off to the receptionist, she smiles and nods and goes, "If you have any questions, there's a few experts around. Feel free to ask one of them. I'm sorry." As she kind of like leans, goes back to her where the adventurer she was talking to.
So, are we
Where are these
officially?
experts?
As you look around the room, you do see a clear couple members of the Blood Claw Guild that like have their symbols and are like holding up signs that say "expert" literally in like multiple languages
solid.
for people to like to walk over and talk to.
Too bad I can't read.
Yeah. I'm just kind of looking around, confused as the rest of you look at the clear sign.
Man, guys, they should really make this more clear. Like, me no understand. But how am I supposed to find expert?
Who looks like they have the most expertise in your heart?
Me no know. Looks deceiving.
That's your first lesson.
Wait,
Second lesson
Huh?
is the word expert. So, and
You know, or
And here,
am I just gonna be fumbling
I'm
around
writing
here?
it down for you right now. Look,
Writing?
see, and here's the first letter.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look away now.
Do I are the druids or the grass and tree people still in the room?
No. As you look over, they seem to be leaving the guild itself at the moment.
Go quick!
Darn, I was gonna do something that was gonna be really funny.
Go quick before they're gone.
Okay.
Run after them.
As Tovia looks at you, seeing them, looking at them for a moment, and looks back and goes, like trying to encourage you to go after them.
Okay, I guess I will go after them.
Okay.
But
Wonderful.
I'm within 60 feet of them, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I have fearsome gaze, and I'm not really around people, so I have a feeling that I'm just giving them the scariest look and tracking right at them.
You see one of the the last one at the back of the group kind of stops, very shriveled over, hunched fire giant. As he turns around, you can see the long beard kind of swooshing across the ground as little bits of white in it kind of catch your attention. He is old looking as his staff filled with creatures, parts of creatures you haven't even seen or heard of before, kind of seem to hang and dangle about as he looks over at you and locks eyes. The fire in his eyes clear, Opa, as he smiles and goes, "Good, Rhino. You make strong warrior."
Thanks?
"Do that again, and I'll put your testicles on the staff." And he turns and starts to shuffle away slowly.
I'm like confused. I didn't do. What did I do?
Exist, I guess.
As you look on, staring at them, confused, they continue shuffling out slowly. The barbarians of the group kind of watching you over their shoulder quietly and closely.
I just shrug, and I will head back towards the group. I guess they don't want to help.
It's all right. It's all right, Ofa. They weren't. They didn't have a cool enough vibe for us anyway. You know what? We're over them.
He told
And
me not
I'm
to
just-
do it again, but I don't know what it was.
Oh, sometimes, some of the relatives I spoke to, like older cousins, they'd also tell me to stop doing that, and then they wouldn't really explain what I did. Or they did, but some people are just, they're not fun, Ofa. They're just not fun. And I guess I'll just put a consoling hand down on Ofa's shoulder and
Cool.
just be like, it's okay. You'll make
Can you
other.
reach my shoulder?
I'm taller
I think
than
you can. Oh yeah, you are. I was like, I think so, but I can't remember.
Don't worry, we'll find you other cool, stoic, strong, silent types, and you'll form a warrior's bond, and then it'll be great, Ofa. We're gonna find you friends. that aren't us, because we're gonna be your first friends.
You kind of say.
Well, my first friends all got murdered.
Second first friends.
They all got murdered too.
Did I tell you whole tribe killed, wiped out?
I do believe
Likewise.
you actually did mention that. Wow, look, so much in common. Not for me. Well,
Not
it's
necessarily
actually
a good thing to have in common.
a good portion of my family did actually die off many, many years ago. So you know what? Historically,
Man, you guys are sad.
Me thinks you should stop now.
is that like? I mean, the trauma was like years ago. It's not fresh for me.
One friend
Well-
tries to force trauma bond.
Me no.
We did trauma bond. I watched Open Ferrum die, dude.
No, I just love it. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
at least
I'm
trauma
just
bonded.
like you. Yeah, my family too. It's like Adam and Elf over here. Their whole tribe's wiped out. They're enslaved. Like, oh, okay. It's
Yeah,
not
like,
great to have
hundreds
in
of years
common.
ago, there was
We're
a
not
war.
Me no. Me sorry. Me no think it's equivalent.
we don't want
Tobia's
this.
trying to fit in, guys. I think we all have family issues to some degree or another, and that's the important thing.
Well, I guess you have to have family to have issues with them.
Damn, bro, just took a cold ass shot.
Okay. The experts.
Yes. Who are they?
I over there.
Yeah. As you kind of see, there's 4 adventures that kind of stick out that catch your attention. The first looks to be an older giantess of frost giant appearance, looking to wear a very beautiful dress, but it's accented with bones, and you're not sure if they're humanoid or if they're animal-like, to be honest, looking at them. There's no
Beautiful.
skulls.
Gorgeous.
So,
Amazing.
a little concerning on one of them. They're a little pale-skinned. Their hair very light white, kind of drooping down. Their staff, more of what looks to be a spine of what is clearly a humanoid, as you can see the skull at the end, fully gemstoned out. That's one expert.
The most beautiful woman I've seen in 100 years.
The second, you do see Ashar is holding up a sign. The third looks to be a nondescript looking snowbeard who's wearing very common clothing, no real armor or anything, just his hands kind of wrapped in cloth. And then the last, though none of you have seen him in character, out of character, many of you would recognize Kaijin himself, sitting, sipping his tea, relaxing at a table where no one seems to be wooing within 10 feet of.
Ferrum can talk to him. Be fine.
Yeah, it's the guy from Powerpuff Girls. It's him, just vibing, hanging out.
Guys, I think
Send our-
I think we should definitely go to that. We should go to Kaijin, especially because my character has no idea who that is.
Yeah, we should send our highest diplomacy person first, and then. see what happens.
Absolutely not. We're here to ask questions. We're not trying to get anything out of them, right?
Ask
Right?
good questions.
I'll get through based on my whimsy and charm.
No, yeah, I think
Which
Adam
I have
should
very
go,
little of.
actually. You know what? As a player, I think Adam should definitely take.
I
I think that's the schmove.
But yeah, which of the advisors caught your eye?
Which one do you guys actually want to go to?
I mean, we're just asking for like recommendation of gear and stuff like that. So I can't imagine it's gonna be that big of a deal. But
Yeah.
To be fair, we would have Kaijin's full attention since nobody else is going to him, and I think it'd be funny to interact with him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Tovia has a reason in character to be afraid.
Well, let's
Okay.
go.
all right, then go talk.
All right.
All right.
As you lot head over, you watch. And it's not hard to tell. Every adventure eye slowly starts to track you as they start saying where you're going towards. And there is a hushed, like, almost silence that hits the guild unnaturally, except for the few people in line. Many of the high-ranking adventurers kind of eyeing you with worry as you walk over, kind of sitting at the table.
What are you doing?
Kaijin just kind of smiles. His elegant golden suit with red gleaming throughout, his blue lyrium spider kind of symbolism on gemstone kind of hanging on his vest. His beautiful hat that glimmers with dragon scale of an epic dragon that you don't really question at this point as you look at the guy. His golden eyes glimmering as he looks up from his teacup as he smiles. A cane kind of off to the side with some sort of creature's skull kind of hanging on it. She kind of smiles at you a lot and goes, "Yes, may I be of assistance?"
Is anyone gonna talk? Or...
You should go first.
Yeah.
Because Adam kind of like elbows Tovia forward.
Yeah, well, we just signed on to the expedition and we're pointed here towards the experts. Suppose we're just looking for mostly recommendations for gear, settlers in the town, and I guess any other helpful advice you could give us as far as the expedition goes.
You're young and new greenhorns. Your capabilities, that's rare. Of course, sit, please. You see, snaps his fingers, and you see a couple of staff rushing over with plates of food and platters. They start setting it down quickly as he goes, "Enjoy. It's not poison, but it might as well be for our taste."
Remind me, is Cajun?
Kaijin.
Is he Kaijin? Sorry, is Cajun seasoning? Is Kaijin? He's not closing, right? Is he like demon folk, devil folk?
He is closing by what people think. His actual
Okay.
species, and I do, is believed to be a Jabrin, which is
Okay.
if you look up, are a phallic creature, I believe.
But if Tovia saw him, would they assume?
Oh no,
he's,
you'd recognize him
closing?
immediately. He's a demon folk. This is not a closing.
Okay, so I wouldn't try to make any kind of small talk then. Yeah.
Is
Yeah, Opa. Yeah, a lot, but you're also getting a really big chill of this guy will kill you with a flick of his wrist. This is the kind of guy you want to be, is what you're looking at.
And he probably knows things about me that I don't want people to know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't seem at all bothered or even, he hasn't even flinched, so you get the sense, Opa, he is either too dumb to realize or he is too strong to care. So
My money's on the second one.
yeah, probably good.
So yeah, I guess Tovia takes a seat if the staff are rushing
Oh, yeah.
the chairs over.
I'll sit right next to Tovia.
I'm gonna sit down at the table, but like with my chair back enough that I could just easily pop up.
Okay. And fair.
I don't want to have to fight this guy, but just in case.
No,
You
yeah.
would not. I don't think you'd survive getting out of the chair in time. But
No.
hey, you do you, buddy.
Lady Farron, what about you?
Yeah, I guess she'll take the L and be the one that's the closest to the guy.
Well, I was assuming it would be Tovia or Adam who were talking to him, but if you offer, then go right ahead.
Yeah, I got you. Kaijin kind of just smiles as he sees each of you sit down and kind of watches and continues sipping his tea as he eyes each of you. Almost, Adam and Ofa, as well as at this point, Lady Farron, you've spent enough time in the wild. This guy is looking at you like a old lion staring at a mouse in his den. Like, this is not at all like an adventure to a seasoned adventure. This is, prey to predator.
Not the
Hey,
first time.
Farron
it's
knows
happened.
something about that. That's been her entire life over the past 3 years. So
Right? Kaijin, though, just kind of smiles as he looks between a lot of you and goes, "Now, you asked for suggestions, advice, places to shop. Let me think. Advice? Well, first off, you've already failed the first test, which is to recognize when there's danger on the table, and you've done it in a spectacular way. To put it kindly, you've stuck your head into a lion's mouth and with steak sauce on your head and said, "Hey, I taste delicious." And then you are expecting it not to bite. I must admit, either you're quite stupid or you're quite brave.
Mostly
So,
stupid.
Kaijin gives a slight smile. I recommend then, intellectually, remembering that while not always following the current is best, when there's a clear warning of all other creatures being wary, one should consider that as well. However, as he points over to the female figure, the female giantess in the skull bone dress, goes, "You were smart not to bother with that one. She goes by the mother, and yeah, she's hunting some group called the Unfortunate Sons. She keeps whining on about it. I've met them. They're not that impressive. The dwarf was, but he's gone now, so I don't know why she wants to bother. I almost miss him. But my advice is that follow your intuition. You're not lacking in intelligence, but your understanding of bravery is well beyond you. I may not be willing to kill you here. It doesn't mean I'm incapable of it."
Oh, I never said we were brave. We're stupid, dude. We're very stupid.
We just thought we would talk to strongest person in room.
I am not the strongest person in this room, but I do appreciate that.
My bad.
He nods. He goes, "It's nothing. Your pre-sapient brain is not as capable as most of the rest of the developed species in the room. It's understandable that your danger sense would be lacking to sense something so highly capable and potent to kill you, that it would probably not register as anything more than a rabbit would. That is the terrifyingness of this creature. But that is not what you came here for. So my other piece of advice I'd give is that most of the adventurers in this are going to try and kill you. Think about it wisely. High-ranking adventurers, those who are of capabilities beyond your own, but what you shoot for, I imagine, are going to be watching you to see if you steal something or if you find something. And like any smart ambush predator, why do the work yourself? So I would make friends with them and still expect them to stab you in the ass, but know what they can do and encourage them to stab others. Or kill them outright as soon as you get the chance and take their stuff, as most do. Pity for the dead is not something we look upon, and stealing can only be done if the one is living. Beyond this...
Tovia,
Uh-huh. Go
I
ahead.
would say Tovia seems to nod along in that loophole as someone who raised in a country full of loopholes. Like, no, that checks out.
Beyond this, my other thing I'd recommend is there's a reason I'm looking into taking the artifacts from people. We're gonna find things down there, at least they're expecting to find things down there that are beyond the powers of most people that should have to comprehend. Be prepared for that. Individuals like this don't spend this kind of money on something as simple as like a demon folk toothpick that, you shoved up the ass of a dragon that was some legend. No, it's usually some god-killing belief weapon that they're looking for, rebirth of a god or something of the sort. These people are nuts, but they pay well. For shopping, kind of looks about you lot. Honestly, if you have your own lists, I'd look around to do your shopping, but I'd specialize in not looking for 100% equipment. Items here are going to cost you an arm and a leg. Your best bet is to wait till the adventurers kick the bucket that go with you lot for your portion of the expedition. Or you can go ahead and choose to try and chance buying with war, profiteering, and high prices for the degree of difficulty it is to get here. There were some of the traveling merchants. Welcome to. I would rather wait. I'd recommend a wagon, though. Something to travel in that doesn't put you on foot, as whoever leads your expedition party to the expedition site isn't going to be traveling by foot, and they will not give you a ride cheaply. But equipment, I would get miner's kits, wagons, storage, things that you can shrink down easily to take with you down in tight tunnels. Some weapons. He kind of looks up at Adam. This one probably a great sword that he can actually was capable of using with his abilities instead of his lacking with the long sword. Looks over at Ofa. Few tattoos for this one if you can find one in town. If not, there'll probably be one on the expedition. Watch for a Pakab. They're Genasi by common term, or the Elemental Born. They're usually artists. Samogs are also, I think they're also called Rakshasa or something of the sort. Kind of looks up at Tovia and goes, "You'll be dead within a day or two. I wouldn't expect to survive this adventure. Your dainty nobility strikes you as an easy target, and to be honest, looking amongst the adventurers here, they've already been eyeing you up as a potential slave, I'd imagine. Nobles sell for a high price."
Well, I appreciate the warning.
Nods, looks at Lady Fairman, looks at her sword, and goes, "Your sword will be stolen on the first night if they're going to try something. Those samurai swords are worth their weight in gold, and nation leaders like to collect them as things to put on their wall, so keep it close. Beyond that, I would travel with the fact that I wouldn't let anyone know what you do and where you're from, or if you're carrying any items of value. Uniqueness and interest is all adventurers have in this life, and they'll do anything to get anything that'll power them up. If you can live by that understanding, you should do fine. Shopping-wise, though, there are a few merchants in town you might be able to reach out to, but none that I wouldn't recommend because they're going to jack the prices immensely. Just be wary of fakes." And looks about and goes, "Beyond this, I don't really have anything else I can recommend specifically off the top of my head, but you're welcome to ask any questions. I'll answer what I can."
Um, to I mean, I don't know what Tovia would know to ask. Ah,
Desert going to be hot. What would you say best defense for heat be that we can afford?
Desert clothing might be a good start there.
I need to wear armor. You don't get any benefits of it if you have armor on.
True.
As Adam in primitive perfectly speaks back to Lady Farum.
Yeah, in primitive, yeah.
I just kind of nods, understanding both the language. Kind of smiles and goes, "Desert clothing is advised. I'd recommend anything that has magical abilities, but like I recommended, a wagon is best. Something that you can get enchanted. It'll cost you an arm and a leg, but long term it'll be the best value you have. Plus, if you're taking food with you, and I recommend you do, you'll want a place to store it, and a place to lock it up. Wagons are much more reinforceable and protective than a chest you carry with you on the camp. So, I can't recommend anything specific for equipment, but I do recommend." He kind of thinks for a second, goes, "Actually, you're the only lot who've spoken to me today." Kind of smiles and he goes, "I feel kind, if you will." Kind of pulls off a necklace off of his from around his hip and kind of pulls it off of his belt loop. And as he does, he hands it over to you, and it has two pieces of equipment on it. One is a simple water skin that seems to be made with a blackened leather that almost looks somewhat sickly by the coloration of it, but as you kind of pop it open, it seems to be filled to the brim with water. And then the second is he hands on it is a wagon wheel that you do recognize has the symbol of some sort of divine being, but you don't recognize it immediately as he hands it over to you. But as he kind of looks at you and smiles, he goes, "The wheel will give you something to travel in, and well, the skin is a old item I made when I was younger, so the leather's well aged, and the water will taste leathery, but it'll keep your thirst taken care of, and it refills every time it's emptied."
can I I do an Arcana or Spellcraft check to identify like more specifics about these items?
Yeah, you can give me either. Depending on what you choose, we'll get you a
Yeah.
different answer.
Yeah, for sure. Am I able to do a standard action to do an invocation and just give me like a bonus to that roll?
Sure. If you want to cast in the middle of a guild full of adventurers.
I mean it's an invocation, yeah. I mean, they're already looking at me, aren't they? I guess I don't need to.
Don't worry, the DC's only like 300. You got this.
Yeah, well that's the thing. I'm like, I feel like if he made it, the DC is gonna be real high on that.
Yep. I'm looking for 2 checks.
I mean, if you want to, you can always hold off and do it later.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I'll just do a normal check for now because I can always do detect magic on it later. I don't think Seer gives me a bonus to magic rolls. I think it's just to the other ones. So that'll just be a simple 20 for spellcraft.
Okay. So, and you're doing this for both items or just the or just the fucking skin?
Oh, both. Do you want me to make a second roll
Yes,
for
please.
the other item?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that would be for the water skin, and then this can be for the wagon wheel.
Okay, perfect.
23.
Yeah, so I will confirm. This item is similar to a replenishing skin. It refills with a pure drinking water every hour, basically. If it's not tapped out, if it's fully drink, it will fully refill itself immediately. Downside is it tastes exactly like the bag as the skin's curse on it. So you taste leather every time you drink from the water. But there is no curse other than that minor effect. And as far as the caster level, it is only first level.
Oh, so this is like baby's first water skin project.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of actually sweet that he's giving us something from his like early days.
As an adventurer, yeah, an item he clearly probably made on one of his first adventures. Yep. So yeah, you can add a replenishing skin to your inventory. It is basically an unremarkable water skin that refills every 1 hour or when it's emptied. And again, the curse on it, as far as it goes, to your own knowledge, is that it only tastes like leather when you drink it, or leathery water. I guess is probably the more prompt description. The second one
Love me that
is
leather water.
a wagon wheel that, as you recognize, you do not pick up the curse from this item. However, you do recognize that the item itself, when you use it, basically by saying an enchant that, as you look on, seems to read some sort of strange term that, while you can read it, you don't know what it means, and to kind of keep yourself quiet, not saying it out loud, not knowing what the word could do. But seemingly, upon activation, the item will turn into a full wagon. This does not come with creatures do pull it, but it will turn into, from what you can tell, a full full 5 or 6 passenger sized wagon.
6 passenger. I do have the helm of read and comprehend languages, which I think allows me to read any text in any language, including magical writing, if that. Which is, I know, bad, but it is I think it's a passive ability. I don't think I can choose to turn it off, is the issue.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that this is your thing. I'm gonna send you a PM, and you can choose to share this with your team, or you can choose to keep this information quiet. But the activation word is that. I will say, even with comprehend languages, you do not know what that means, but that is the
Okay.
word.
So I just know the word. Okay, I think Tovia looks at it a little bit curious, but I think being from the closing lands and maybe studying from a well-off-to-do family, I think maybe they're smart enough to know you shouldn't just say words like that out loud at random. So I'm not gonna mention it right now.
Probably one of the smartest things we've done.
Yeah, I think yeah, Tovia looks at it, makes a mental note, and just will look at who in the party wants to have the wagon wheel and who, if anyone,
I mean,
wants to hold on to
I
the
mean,
water skin.
I don't think it necessarily matters who's holding onto it right now. we're gonna be
In case
sharing
we
it.
get robbed.
Probably someone with decent spot or listen.
I don't have a decent spot or listen. I do have a bag of holding.
And put it in the bag of
So,
holding.
you know.
Oh, you have a bag of holding? Oh,
I have
definitely
a
need to get me
personal
one.
one, but if you have the party one and want to stick them in there, that
Yeah,
also works.
I can just keep them in the the party
Cool.
bag.
Don't get
I'm
robbed, Ferrum.
Don't worry. If Ferrum gets robbed, she'll just kill herself. Don't worry.
They have to know what they're
What?
looking for in the bag of holding. Wait, what did you say?
I will say, the wagon wheel necklace will not go in the bag of holding with the replenishing skin. Neither item
Interesting.
will seems to allow you to put it in there.
Oh,
Interesting.
All right. Well, Tobia's
interesting.
wearing the necklace, I guess.
Okay. I will
Okay,
say,
for both of them.
wait, you said Tobia? Okay, never mind. Okay, good.
Yeah, she is. She's yeah, electing for me. Are they both on the same necklace or
Correct.
separate?
They're both on the same necklace.
I heard my amulet's
think
already
I have
taken,
an-
so I can't wear it.
Yeah, I'm double checking that. I believe my amulet is taken unless Ofa or Adam want it.
Ofa cannot wear this item, I will confirm. The item will outright, the wagon wheel will not let him wear it.
I have
Okay.
an amulet.
Unless okay, then cool. Yeah, Tovia. I mean, Tovia's the one who spoke to him first, and I looks over the leather flask as they're taking the necklace, and kind of looks a little surprised, like, "Oh, first level enchantment. You must have made this a while ago." And slips it on. Far too trusting as always.
Perfect. Nothing
Yeah.
happens. Nothing happens. No. Oh, you put it on. You
Guys,
kind
maybe
of.
one of my days it'll pay off that I'm trusting. Just you wait.
Closen kind of smiles and just kind of nods. Or Closen, sorry. Fucking Kaijin just kind of smiles and nods. I was reading something else in the background. Someone messaged me. And as he does, he kind of looks at you and goes, "It was an item I made in my youth. I was intending to give it to my youngest brother, but well, he had other interests, unfortunately. And the wheel, well, that wasn't made by me. I picked it up from an old champion hero in my younger days that when he perished, he had no use for the item. I figured it served me well. I've already taken out my personal enchantments on it, so I figure you'll enjoy it to your own degree. Just beware and be wary." He kind of like takes a sip of his tea and smiles.
I think Tovia will nod in acknowledgement to the words, the warning, and thank you for the gift and for the words of advice.
He nods. Of course, and I'll be here if you need anything. Do the rest of you have questions or requests of information or knowledge? Like the fact that Dragon's King's Rest been visited multitudes of times. This is what, the 27th expedition, I believe. The fact that this is the capital of the ancient Fey dragons who ruled the continent at one point. The fact that the dwarven Oathfather was supposedly born above it. The fact that the fire giants took the entirety of this mountain range just to guard it. That sparks interest. You're not the smartest lot, I assume, when it comes to collecting
I
information.
would be interested in the lore. I'm just very unfamiliar with this part of the continent. If you would want to regale us with the story, I would be happy to listen.
Cal looks at you and goes, "I'm not looking to entertain, I'm looking to answer questions. If you seek answers, I will give them. If you do not, then I see no reason for us to speak further on the subject, as I don't want to fill your head with unnecessary information."
Let me read the
What kind of
expedition
things can we expect to fight?
Well, you'll be on the upper layers, most likely at first, though more than likely vivisectors in packs and hordes. They like to pursue the area quite heavily, and they eat surprised adventurers that come down without a plan. Pretty much anything and everything's cannibalistic, but the first few levels are filled with mostly oozes, plants, the occasional irritated vampire, not the true ones that aren't a problem, but I'm talking the sick, diseased, crazed ones. Genasi that will devour you whole. Elves, potentially, that will devour you whole. Spiders.
That will devour you whole.
No, the spiders often will try and toss you off the edges of cliff and then they'll eat your splattered remains from the ground that they drop you on. There was a cleric who became famous for it happening to him, I believe, at some point.
Hmm.
But, regardless, those are the kinds of creatures you can expect. I would note that your party should be fine if you're smart and take caution, but be prepared, as these are going to be encounters that are capable of taking down adventurers far beyond your ability. There's no shame in running.
Hmm. You mentioned there's been at least 27 expeditions into here, but I see that they're still obviously interested in arcane researchers. The magic in this place, how? I mean, we know it's from a while ago. How potent is it on the lower levels?
These days, not at all. Most of the artifacts have been taken, dug up, or grabbed, but recently, due to the Anvil's invocations and involvement with the plane of elements itself having opened up a hole right above it, new tombs have risen, new creatures have arrived, and a sudden curiosity of, what was it that they called it? Dragon Death Knights walking about? I assume that the goal is to go further than any other expedition has before and investigate to see if they can't find the actual tomb of the first Dragon King himself. Something that James, I believe, before he had passed away, had stated was an end goal of his in life to crack the vault of.
Uh, you said the plane of elements was seen opening up above this place?
Yes, the Anvil noted it a few years back. I happened to be passing by one of them that I closed that decided to try and attack me. I wasn't much of a fan of. Last I had seen him, he had headed off far to the north, chasing another one, I believe, from my information network, of something to do with the air elemental plane, but he hasn't returned since, and I hear his nation has been without him for almost 2 years now.
Hmm. Tovia kind of gets that a little bit of an excited look in their eye at the mention of other planes and is just like writing down a note to themselves. And is actually I'll ask to make the roll now, might as well. I have knowledge planes. Can I try to make some kind of roll just as Tovia guessing like why the elemental plane would have opened up over this location, or like what kind of creatures might be there that we
Sure.
should prepare for?
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me what you think.
might as well.
See what you got
I've
for
got
knowledge
this.
planes.
Yes. Planar knowledge. All of the knowledge that I have that is planar. 23.
Okay. So, with it being fire, this is the desert itself is known as Conwin's Crossing. Famously believed to have been once the place of infamous battle in the Age of Fae between two major Fae courts battling it out. And the desert was supposedly created as a kind of scar on the landscape from the casting between the two noble houses, basically, right? As you think about that, with the amount of concentration of magic that would probably still be in the air, even to this date, from that war that happened, that could be one reason that the plane was, or the area in the around there had its plane, or the barrier between the plane and the mortal plane thinned to such a degree that was able to be opened. Secondly, as you kind of think about, there's been a lot of recent rumors about unleashed rituals down in the frost giant territories that had been gone on a few years back that a group called the Unfortunate Sons had failed to stop. Supposedly, as the rumors had gone, and according to Utham's own reports, These rituals were rumored to be causing the entirety of the tears in the plane or in the mortal plane itself, though to what degree he had no idea. Another problem that was blamed on the unfortunate sons, as you kind of hear or think back on it. The only other reason that kind of catches your mind and thought process is the amount of magic and power that would have remained around for the Mad Dragon Kings that would be buried in that city would probably be to a level that's beyond even what Movasi can do today. So just a natural amount of high intense magic charged takes one wrong bad spell as you think about Tovia, and someone opens a tear to another plane of existence that gets out of hand. As far as creatures, stuff that fire related, like the Inferno spiders, a monolith of fire, para elementals potentially of magma may cross over. Rhinoceri, magma elementals, just fire elementals as a whole, and more of the weird styled creatures that you're potentially likely to run into. There's also believed to be a rumored species that actually lives on the plane of fire, but whether that's true or not, you've never met them.
Okay. So we should definitely take items to help with fire damage that is not just environmental, is what Tovi is hearing.
Yes.
Notes that down. Well, sounds like maybe heat from the sun is the least of our concerns when it comes to fire-based damage. Interesting that it is open. I'm curious to get a good look at it when we get there. Maybe not too good of a look. Respectful look from a distance, maybe.
Yeah, shrugs.
Yeah. Tovia's like going over their head, just like how willing they are to get close for the sake of research, and is like,
Are there any
I don't
other
think-
questions that you might have, or any interests that I can point you towards?
Hmm. I don't think so. As far as me as the player and Toby as the character go, I think
I'm trying to
that
think
was
of
a lot of
something
helpful
for
information.
Adam to ask, because
Yeah.
besides getting probably mining equipment and maybe a better greatsword, there's not too much that comes to mind of anything special I need to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I could be overlooking something huge, and that's this thing I'm
Yep.
trying to go through in my mind. That I feel like there's like a glaring thing that I need to be asking that I'm not asking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also trying to think about it, because I know like the location and the lore there seems important, but I'm like, since we're not the researchers, I'm also like, I don't know if that'll apply to us. Move my stuff around. Ofa, Ferrum, anything they'd want to ask?
To the party. Alpha? Fair?
I
No,
don't.
fair.
I think I asked everything I need to.
Okay. Kaijin kind of smiles. He kind of looks between the lot and goes, if there's nothing else, I'd recommend hitting the town and seeing if you can meet the merchants. You might find a gem. Maybe you're more charismatic than this lot have been, and where I am, and we'll see where things go. But otherwise, get some rest, get plenty of rations and preparations for it, and lots of water, and not just that water skin. And you lot should be fine. Also, before you go, as he kind of like steps up from the table, kind of snapping his fingers as servers come over and start clearing it, taking food straight from your hands and drinks as well. As he kind of finishes his tea and hands it off to them and goes, remember, selling things to adventurers while you're there is just as valuable as buying things for yourself. Sometimes the smartest merchant is one who recognizes an upcoming market and takes advantage, rather than one who spends all their coin on wasteful items now. Just some old advice from a young adventurer who made too many mistakes when he started out. As he begins to kind of walk away, smiling as he does. The crowd kind of splitting as he kind of walks through them.
Mhm. Team shot you a quick PM, by the way.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
Okay, cool.
We could buy many water things and sell water.
True.
Oh, that is actually true. Or yeah, I don't know if we have.
I was planning to
Sell food.
sell food.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should maybe hold on to the monster meat and the bones we have in case either A, people want that for crafting, or B, so we can literally make and sell like food and like fresh stuff. I think we should stock you up on herbs and spices so you can like make some mean ass soups.
Well, I think also seeing whether the monster items we do have can be eaten would be a big one. You know, that they're not like incredibly poisonous. Anyway, so we need to learn that. Of course, get more stuff. I know for certain I'm going to at the very least pick up a bag of holding in this town and maybe some mining tools while we're here.
Yeah, I was
I'll
gonna
probably
say
hold off on weapons until we're out there because I do have I have the great sword that's
Mhm.
mundane. It's managed to work,
Well,
and then the +1 bastard sword and the sword of
yeah.
countering.
DM did mention, I know Cajun said we shouldn't buy stuff. DM did mention there's a festival and there is discounts going on. So I think I don't know about
We can
like
always
weapons,
check it
but we
out.
should check it out. I think miners kits, especially because I have like the jeweler's craft skill, so I will definitely want to be collecting minerals while we're there and hopefully crafting stuff. But yeah, I think also I know it is also going to be helpful to have them to like also dig our way through
Mhm,
rooms and stones and stuff. There's an alchemical item that should help with that if we're able to find a place that's selling that stuff.
mhm.
And then we definitely need heat or fire damage based items, I think is what we've established. There's going to be
Yeah, I mean,
fire elemental plane stuff.
I would assume since it's a big item city with a lot of trade going through it, I wouldn't be surprised if they do make a decent amount of fire resistant things for the other races and people who come through here who might need it. Of course, it's probably still going to be expensive, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are things like that out and about.
Yeah. So I think unless the party is somewhere specific, I'd say you're looking at the merchants that have discounts and then just trying to find general stuff.
Yeah.
I still like to look at a couple magic items just to see the cost, and then if it's all too much, we can try to buy from other adventurers, or I don't know, loot
Because
corpses.
do we have a box of preservation, like the thing that makes the 15?
The bag. We have a bag of preservation. Dom bought it, and Ferrum has it. So
Well, not the bag that can hold food without it going bad, but like the item that makes like 15 people's worth of rations.
we don't have that. There is. We could buy that. We could also stock up on food ahead of time. So the bag of preservation means it won't spoil. I think there's also a type of berry that if we find functions as a good berry, which
Good berry
fulfills.
bracelets.
Yeah, but if Ofa wants to cook food for people to sell, then we'll want to buy like raw meat and
Because
stuff.
the box of preservation I'm talking about makes 15 rations a day. It's a magic item.
Hmm.
I think, we could buy a bunch of regular food, but who knows if we go through it or shit like that. It's good to have a perpetual source is my idea.
So, I mean, I don't know how good I'd be at it. Should probably also hope to hunt and forage, or other adventurers might be doing that. But yeah.
I will say, it is a desert, remember that.
Yeah.
So the only thing you're
Mhm.
going to see there, and you'd already know this as far as like just this general knowledge to the world, there are rockheap shepherds that live in this area, bandits,
Mm.
and monsters. There are no villages, there's no oases, there's no sources of water in this desert. It is just an empty area that's fully a no man's land.
Okay.
Yeah, probably some decanters of water as well. Decanters of endless water, that is.
Well, that's the one I just got, I believe, or it's no, not a decanter of endless water, but basically endless because it refills. It just can't do the I don't think the one Kaijin gave me can do the water jet attack thing.
No.
Well, he also did
Right.
say that we should probably get more than just that for water.
Well, yeah, one for each of us. Yeah. I mean, Toby doesn't know specifically where in the city, so I guess wander around till we could find those.
Those chops? Okay. I
You know,
assume.
we can go to
I have
you can go to
a
that
list
festival
of what I'm
first.
looking for if you
Yep,
want
I
us
saw
to
it.
post that in the chat.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, everyone who has a list of items that they're looking for, feel free to post it in our Sunday campaign chat if you've made one. If you haven't, no pressure, no worries. Give you a minute.
I do not have
Yeah,
a list.
Shocking, no one,
I have-
Adam. It's okay. You
I have
are
a
the
list for
most
sure.
busy individual, I think, other than poor old Ofa here, as far as schedule goes. So,
I literally got home like 5 minutes before I hopped into the chat.
you know, we got Ofa's got Jack around his shoulder, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was
Hey,
looking at
just
items.
think of
I
it.
just didn't make a list.
What? At least be happy. Once you have a kid, life's not going to change. It's still going to be just as busy and suck.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for it.
Even more screaming though. Well, that'd be great.
Yeah. So many more people screaming at me. It's gonna be awesome.
Mhm.
I'll be coming from work with guests and employees screaming at me to kids and wife screaming at me. It's just gonna be nonstop.
Oh, just like Grandpappy would have wanted. That's why he used to drink. All right.
And then, as a party, we should decide if we're gonna try to buy a regular horse or use our stone horse for the wagon we got.
Oh, you'll need 2 horses.
Oh, okay, then we'll buy a second stone horse. Get 2 stone horses.
We were offered. Yep, sorry, I walked away for a little bit.
So-
With this, I think we should still look at carts that do not require beasts of burden, because having horses, we're going to have to very much feed and water them, and they're going to be a very big drain on food and water, like a huge drain.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a magic item that's a feed bag for horses, I believe. But yeah, it would be another item to have to buy.
yeah, yeah, I've seen it before. It's like the feedback that it's just an infinite bag of feed, right?
Yeah.
Here it is. I'm just going to recommend something. I know you have the
Okay.
funds for it. Now you didn't get told when the expedition's leaving. I will tell you, as far as it goes, they're gonna be collecting for about a month. So like people are basically going in waves, so you have some time to like negotiate it. But for something you asked about Sapphire specifically, there you go. For
Okay. Sorry.
yep,
Forgot to add a thing to the list. But this is the general list that Tovia is looking for stuff.
Fantastic.
I already sent you the magic items, but the rest are just like non-magical items, mostly alchemical. And if I can't find them made, I do have noted what they're made out of that I could maybe craft them myself, but I would prefer not to.
No, I got you. Okay.
Just because there's a chance I fail, but if need be, if there's no one like around, I can look for the raw
Mhm.
material. And then obviously with the knowledge just now in session that the plane of fire is opened, Tovia is going to be looking at stuff that gives like fire resistance or immunity or anything that might deal with elementals, and then obviously food
Okay.
production.
Perfect. All
Oh.
right.
Also, Sapphire was wrong. It's not a box of preservation. It's a field provision box.
Oh, add that. And then, yeah, while we're doing that, Lady Farum, if you have a list, please post. If not, no worries.
Okay. Wait, is this the one you sent? The one I got? The wagon wheel? You
No,
gave us, or is
that's the
okay.
thing you're looking for your wagon is what I was recommending, because you were looking for something
Perfect,
as an
yeah.
option here.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely would
Cool.
like this.
Fire resistance. You know what, Lady Farum, I like how you do business. Very easy list.
Yeah,
I would also
very-
now be looking for fire resistant stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like we've made it all clear since the beginning of this session. We were looking for fire resistance.
Yeah. All right. So I assume you're all going as a collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least I will be.
I'm not seeing any
I-
no's, so all right, then we'll head out. So you do see a couple of shops. I'm gonna post them in for as you guys walk about. And this is based also from a earlier check. So we'll make this real easy for you. Plus, if I don't write these down, I know I get asked like 4 times. Hey, what was the name again? So it's just,
Probably by me.
I wasn't calling out names, but hey, if you want to call yourself out, that's on you, bro.
I know what I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Neanderthal.
You've sounded pretty confused a few times when you were looking at that picture earlier.
Because it obviously wasn't me.
I mean, I don't know. That was a pretty good personal artistic rendition of Adam, I feel like.
It's
No!
like Flynn Rider. They got his nose wrong.
Oh, that's true. Oh, here, let me
No, it's not me, I promise.
fix the one that
We don't
was...
know that guy.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so you see Sootpin and Daughters, Tinker's Wagon, the Iron Widow's Salvage Cart, Veiluth's Estate Recoveries, Thresk's Wet Goods, and the last caravan of House Rennick. As you lot kind of walk down, seeing a bunch of merchant stalls, but these are the only ones that seem to kind of catch your attention. They're actually selling items that actually have any magical aura coming off of them.
Truth be told, with the wagon they might be able to tinker on it and maybe just make it so that it doesn't need to be pulled by beasts of burden. They might be able to just make it automatic. Maybe.
That was my exact thought. I think hopefully they're tinkerers, so they should theoretically be able.
No,
to
it also
tinker.
depends on whether it's magical or unmagical. But we'll see.
Yeah. I think DM just mentioned that these all have magical
Correct.
effects to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, each of these, that's what I like. As adventures of your rank at this point, that's how you kind of identify shops that are actually worth going to. Is like the strength of magical are coming off the shelves and such.
Sick.
this away.
Okay.
Definitely want to check out those salvage carts because they're usually cheaper than getting something made or it's from an actual smith.
Yeah, and then wet goods. I'm hoping means water-based items.
Hey, that's the
But
hope.
who knows?
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
Where do you want to start first, people?
Let's start with the wagon for our transport.
Okay.
That's my vote.
Agreed.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right, Lady Fair. Any thought? Any comment?
Any concern?
Any stop being distracted by whatever you're doing? If I have to come over there and steal your computer from you?
Sorry, I was talking to my mother.
Oh, well, I can't steal your mother. I think she's she's too young for me.
Not with that
That's
attitude.
considered kidnapping, I believe.
It depends.
So yeah, I'm very sorry. I didn't have a chance to say I was being very distracted. what did I miss? I do apologize.
No,
What am I
not at
being asked?
all. You were just asked which one you wanted to go to. 3 of your party members have voted for the Tinker's Wagon, but I wanted to make sure you got a
Then-
voice.
Then yeah, we can go to the Tinker's Wagon. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now I don't have to do a mother kidnapping today, especially because my house is unclean, so that'd be terrible. I can't hold gifts. But with that, let's jump into it. All right, as you lot rush over, we're actually, because this is a perfect time to do it, gonna take a break as you walk up to the wagon. So we're gonna be right back. We'll be coming back about 5 minutes after for everyone who needs a minute to go grab anything. And for those watching at home, we'll be back in a moment. All right, we are back. We are back. I assume everyone's here. Sound off?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Fantastic. At least all those who are supposed to sound off sounded off. Thank you. That does not mean that people have been PMing me in the background saying that Adam is a schoolgirl and totally is the next Kaz reborn. Should be sounding off right now. I do not need those pings. All right. Sorry, Adam. They're trying to sell you as a ship to Kaijin in the background really hard.
I'm not surprised. They're always against me.
I don't know if this is against you or more for you. There's a discussion about like the short, gruff king with the tall, elegant god killer. You know, so like there's like a whole like romance option. I feel like is being sold
I
here.
don't want anything to do with romance.
Hey man, I'm not saying you were going to do that. I would never do that to you. I just said that's what the players in the background are saying.
Kill them.
Someone should make some fan art of that at some point. I think if we ever get this animated, make the note that we're going to have an elegant moment of the two looking into each other's eyes with no actual sexual tension, but totally put as much tension in the room as possible. It'll be great.
Yeah, you know what?
Just
Yeah,
two
I
straight
think that's
dudes looking into each other's eyes longingly.
God, I wish I could kill this guy.
Exactly. That's what's in each other's minds going on. Oh god, I love that. I gotta kill this guy, Kaiju. Why are these fuckers talking to me? Alright, so yes, as we go to the Soot Pin and Daughter's Tinker's Wagon. As you lot head over towards this wagon, the wagon itself is about 2 wagons that are welded together into like one kind of longish cart. There's a couple wind chimes kind of hanging about that look to be made from old wand cores that make a beautiful sound. Also, on occasion, do shoot off small bits of magic, and sometimes the water below gets kind of blown up or evaporated. Or the bucket that was there a second ago, as you walk up and watch it fly off and hit someone in the head, gets shot off and blown off and hits someone in the head. So as you kind of watch this heading over, seeing the treason old, like ancient-looking, soot-stained fingered, crutch over a crone of a woman, kind of working away at something. Her mechanical eye kind of seems to almost look up at you while the rest of her head kind of continues looking down as she tinkers with something. Her fingernails seemingly touching pieces of this intrinsic metal device and cutting it like as it heats or superheats it. And she just kind of smiles almost through that eye as she looks up at you, seeing you lot fully, and goes, "Oh, you must be." She kind of stares for a second, drool kind of starting to come down her lip, and she goes, my son's adventures that he went off to war with. How are you doing? Where's my young man?"
I elbow Tovia.
What? You want Tovia to handle this?
Yeah, actually, I want to see what happens.
Can I make a sense motive just to see if I think this woman's son is for sure dead?
Yeah, sure. Give me a sense motive.
Or like an intelligence check just to like is this a grieving old woman I should help, or is this is she like trying to I don't know, catch me in a lie?
I'm wondering if she's trying to fuck with us.
I'm wondering that too.
This isn't Saturday, Hunter. No, we're not doing that again.
It happens!
Yeah, I know.
Guys, don't worry. I have a crazy strong sense motive. That's a 14.
14. She
Is her son
just
dead?
said young son. This woman is clearly, even by Treason standards, and again, you don't know much about Treason. I mean, the cute little kobold kin-like scale, and for the reference, for those who don't remember, Treasons come in two flavors, if you didn't know. The more common one you all would know is this version, for just your own reference in the background. She looks more dwarvish and her skin is smoother and less cracked, but her face is definitely a mix of dwarvish and draconic kind of features as she looks up at you. Her one eye kind of moving about mechanically. But as you look at her, you get the sense, yet pretty heavily, Tovia, this woman's son has been dead a long time.
Hmm. Tovia kind of looks awkward, and despite their social skills, is not really well equipped in handling these kind of situations, and just laughs a bit awkwardly and goes, "Oh, unfortunately, I don't believe we are familiar with your son. Maybe if you tell us his name, we might have heard of him or met him. But we are the Azure Line Mercenary Company. We're actually rather quite new here."
No, he went off with this group called, the Unfortunate Sons. He went to seek them out when they were in the area. Said he was a good friend of Ned's. That's what I remember. The boy, that Ned boy, when he was young, was a good boy. Only about as tall as my knee at the time when I remember him talking about going off with an adventure with the kid. Kind of smiles.
You know, I've heard a lot about these unfortunate sons, but I'm afraid I never had the chance to meet them before. It sounds like they kind of kicked the bucket.
She nods.
Several buckets.
And takes a moment and goes, "Wait, they're dead? No,
Unfortunate sons, I
I
believe
think
so.
you're misinformed, young man. I don't think you understand. I know you macho types don't really read, but you need to learn and like how to read the words that people print. Clearly you're uneducated."
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I'd be happy to receive a lesson if you don't mind.
My eyes aren't what they used to be, young man. I can't see the letters anymore, so I don't know what you're hoping to get out of me. You might be able to ask one of my granddaughters in the wagons. No, she turns and goes, Cinder, get out here. As you see, these two have trees and look more like the depiction posted, more draconic kind of coming out. Their skin kind of more of a bronzish coloration. Their muscles massive. They have little bit of beard hair kind of coming off. Honestly, it is hard to tell the difference between them and their supposed grandmother as you kind of look them up and down besides the skin tone, clearly in the difference of age. But beyond that, this is a very foreign species to you lot, as both the young ladies come out. And the old lady looks up again and goes, one of you teach him, this young macho man. She points over at Lady Ferrum and goes, how to read. Daughters kind of look at each other, granddaughters look at each other, look over, and like start giving quiet apologies the best they can.
And if you don't mind, with the rest of us, we are interested in potentially making use of your merchant services. You do tinker with wagons, yes?
You gotta speak up, young man. I'm sorry, I can't hear your babbling. You know, you're clearly not the well-spoken one. You, young lady with the long sword. And she points at come over here. God, wow, you're beautiful. The shoulders on you, truly. Explain to great grandma here what you want. And she like kind of puts her hand around your shoulder and kind of pulls you in.
Me and party look for
Huffy voice.
wagon improvement.
You know, you remind me of my sister. You sure you're not Treason?
No.
God. Yeah, an elegant voice. You should really try singing.
We can sing.
I agree.
You want here?
Yes, please. She kind of smiles.
Singing.
Seer as a raven can mimic songs and will be your backup singer and will mimic that back at you.
As she kind of smiles, almost looking into the fire, she throws some dust into it, and you watch as it explodes, glimmering as her forge begins to light up. As it does, you watch Adam as looking into it. You see the image of Ofa punching a hole through you and pulling your heart out as he glares at you, his eyes glowing green, his skin metallic, and almost this look of hatred and evil in his eyes that Adam almost leaves a shiver down your spine of cold as you look over at Ova, who looks just as surprised at seeing this depiction as you do.
Just image. You cool.
The old lady goes, "What do you see? I can't look into the fire these days, young one."
Me see compatriot kill me.
Hey, you should probably get some new friends if she lets you go. And goes, "Your days are probably numbered, but I can fix your wagon up. Please pay in advance, though, if you wouldn't mind."
We need modifications to it, specifically a magical one.
Sir, young man, clearly that I can smell it from here. You need more than just modifications. You let the professional do it. She's like staring at her own wagon's wall as she's talking to you.
I look at the rest of the party and I reach for the wagon wheel on my necklace.
I'm curious to see what happens.
If we ruin this, I think.
This is all you, Doug. You're taking control of this initiative.
Hey, you're getting reading lessons from the granddaughters right now.
No, they're just standing apologizing as this is going on, watching this.
Do they seem concerned about me giving her the wagon wheel?
Not in the slightest. They seem more concerned that their grandmother keeps insulting and saying the wrong thing.
No, Tovia thinks this is incredible. They're very amused. So yeah, I hand the wheel over. I know she's facing the wall, but I hold it out to her.
As you hold out, her hand bounces back and seems to snag it with a grace that seems almost uncharacteristic as she starts moving it around. She kind of puts it in her mouth, chews on it a few times. You hear some cracking, and she kind of spits it out. Looks at the wall again and goes, "I'll need the giant donkey to stand on it for me." She points at Ofa.
Aww.
She kind of walks over and kind of sets it in front of Opa and goes, "All right, big lad."
That's what I was gonna say. Just walk over and stand on it.
You kind of stand on. You watch as you start to feel your skin begin to crackle with the feel of electricity kind of coming up your nerves. Your foot going numb almost as if it was falling asleep. Beneath your foot, as you start putting your weight on it, you see as red bolts of almost electricity like beams kind of start flashing out, erratically snapping at the ground, turning the ground into bits of glass or red colored bits of sand. As the old lady kind of looks at you and goes, "All right," and she shoves you back a little bit, feeling your weight kind of push back and goes, "That's enough, you big beast. I don't want you breaking it." And she picks it up off the ground. "All right. Now I'm going to do something you're not going to like. I need the eye of a newt, a virgin's blood, and 2 hairs from the testicles of a dragon." Or about 200,000 gold pieces.
Yes. Yeah. Or if you want to be a loser and not go on a quest to get those items, I guess you could just give me some money. I'm just like if you guys are just a bunch of punk bitches and you don't want to go pluck some Dragon Ball hair, which I don't even know how that would work because I don't think
most dragons do not have hair on their testicles, nor do they have testicles.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think they have testicles.
You're gonna be on a multi-generation fucking adventure trying to find hair testicles.
Hey, we need elbow grease and blinker fluid.
I look at Ferrum. Do we got that in the party funds budget?
Yeah, we do have. What you said, 250,000?
200,000. But if you want to give me 250,000, I'll take it.
No, I'll give you 200,000.
Just a good tip. You
Yeah,
know, at least 20%.
She kind of start counting it out and hand it off to her daughters. Kind of lean forward and kind of grab it, counting out themselves. As they seem to pat their grandmother on the shoulder, she smiles and goes, "Perfect." She pulls out her hammer and lifts it over her head with two hands and strikes down with all of her weight and might as the ground beneath her shakes, and you feel the city hop with this single strike as the wagon wheel drops into the ground, literally delving into the dirt and sand a few feet before you hear it clank on something. And she smiles and goes, "All right, which one of you strong?"
I look at
I have a
look at
22 in
Adam and
strength.
Alpha. Oh, I'm a humble 11.
I'm assuming Ofa has the most amount of strength here, but let me just
Strength, probably me. Yeah, let me look.
yeah, I only have a 19.
I think we're tied actually.
And Lady Fairham at
Yeah, we're
22. So, wait, Lady Fairham, you said 22 or 12?
22.
22. So yeah, Opa, you said you had 19?
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lady Fairham, you are the strongest of the party.
I'm not ferocious right now, so.
As she
I guess
looks... Yeah. Go ahead.
No, no, to make a joke. You're good. Go ahead.
She looks over at you and smiles and goes, "All right, young lady." Looking at Adam and goes, "Oh, sorry." She kind of looks back over at you, Lady Fairham, and goes, "Sir, my eyes are just going." And he says, "I need you to reach down that hole and pull out that wagon wheel for me."
God damn it. The last time I tried to go down and grab something, I got paralyzed and died.
Lady Fairham, look at his concern.
Points to the ground. I need you to go grab that. Fucking flashback to the last time Fairham had to go grab something on the ground. Yeah, I'll guess.
Jovia's
Quick look, no
Very
vivisectors in the
pointy
area,
mouth.
no rock skulls.
Yeah, I guess I'll go try to pull it up. Yeah.
Then she lean down to grab it. Give me a strength check.
I thought you were gonna say she hits me in the back of the head. I for a second I was really afraid.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna mallet you.
Be a 26.
26. As you go to pull, you feel it it takes a moment, but after at the last second, and with all your might, as you're straining, really flexing out your bicep, finally something gives as you hear a pop, and you're not sure if it's your shoulder or the stone beneath you, but something gives as you pull up, and suddenly the wagon comes out, or the wagon wheel comes out. As it does, the rune seems to activate, and this 2-cart wagon expands fully as it pops out, and as you look inside, is fully built out, beautiful cushions, silk plushed pillows tossed everywhere, a little cooking corner that looks to be fully stocked with equipment ready to be used, as well as a bunch of shelving space for storage. There's not much room to sleep, but the couches and chairs in here look long enough and comfortable enough that you could probably sleep on them, if not the very heavily carpeted floor.
Oh, I mean, I think if I was gonna look at that, and maybe it's her pessimism at this point. She'd be like, "How long is it till this gets destroyed or stolen from us?" Is the first thought that goes into her mind as she looks into this lavish
We just
wagon.
don't tell people what's on the inside of the wagon.
As you kind of peek your head in, looking inside, the old lady looks in, although her eye's not working at all. She just doesn't goes, "So what does it look like?"
Wonderful.
Mm.
Looks very wonderful.
"Oh, well, shit, I was hoping to break it." "Well,
Mm.
these cheaper models aren't worth much in all fairness, so I can't do much more than that, but your patronage was appreciated. If there's any other modifications you'd like, I'm more than happy to charge for them."
Did she make it self-driving like we were asking for, or just
You have-
larger on the inside?
You haven't tried to move it yet. It just expanded
Does
out.
it still need... I would say, does it need the command word to drive or just to transform it?
That part you were never shown, and you never got the chance to look at. So you only saw the command word on the side of the item.
Mm. Well, who wants to try to drive it for a second?
But I guess, yeah, I guess Farrah will try to drive it. I guess.
All right, hey, Lady
I
Fair,
have
how's your
vehicle
use magic
points, yeah.
device?
fucking
Oh,
nothing.
I
Yeah, let's
Why
see
the
it.
fuck
Let's
would
do
I
it. No,
use
come
Why
on.
would I?
Lady Ferrum gets up on it, sees the
Why'd you
reins.
offer?
Let's.
Why the fuck did you think a magic item would not have used magic device? Who's the only person here that uses magic?
I
What
was
the fuck were
thinking
you
5e where you
thinking?
need. I haven't had to use a magic item in 3.5 as like as skill. Dom didn't have that. I was thinking about 5e where you need a proficiency.
This is gonna be great. I can't wait.
I'm not-
Lady Ferrum's first
I'm not
car.
native to this.
Yeah,
game.
hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me see what
That's okay.
get a +4 to that.
Yeah,
No.
parallel park.
17,
Be great.
21.
21. Hey, congrats! You didn't meet the DC, so unfortunately,
No
as you get up,
way.
the reins, as you like click them, immediately start moving, which is good news. It does go forward, but it immediately crashes into someone else's wagon as they start shouting and swearing at you.
Mm.
I'm gonna just start speaking in primitive. I have no idea what's going on.
The giant look at the cart looks over you and goes, and calmly goes, "Oh, so sorry, dum. No offense."
Perfect. And then Fair's gonna go back over to Tovia and be like, "How about you try it now?" In common.
I mean, in comment, Toby will reply, I think you proved it could drive. I don't think we need to drive it till we're outside the city.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
No, that was great. That's great. It's got all we could want. I think we're set. I'll
Okay.
wait for Ferrum to dismount to
Yeah.
shrink it down
Yeah.
and
Shrink it back down. Okay. Yeah, as you say the command about a
Put
word,
back
it
on the
shrinks
necklace.
back down to a wheel as you put it back onto your necklace. Old lady kind of smiles and goes, "Anything else I can do for you, young sir?"
who was she talking to?
Lady Ferrum.
That's what I thought.
No, ma'am. Everything's fine.
You have a very feminine voice. You should really work on that if you want to find yourself a good bride.
Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm meaning something.
She got a
Yes,
turn.
I get that a lot. I knew a friend. He named Hez. He also had the same issue of looking quite feminine.
She nods and goes, "A curse, truly. You enjoy yourselves, young people." And she kind of waves at you and goes, "Oh, and make sure to feed your donkey. His stomach kept growling every time he looked at me. I'm pretty sure he's hungry."
Hmm.
Listen, you don't get to be old in this world without being fucking broken. So
That's true.
Yeah, honestly, that is what Roy says every single time. Would you guess?
Hmm. I will say, she does have a stand with magic items on it, as you kind of like peruse over by it. Adam and Ofa, well, Tovia and Lady Ferrum are kind of dealing with the wagon. You do see on they're labeled clearly, Wand of Magic Missile, used. Cloak of Resistance, kind of used. Potions of Cure Moderate Wounds. But as you read it, it is in the old lady's very rough handwriting, and you're not sure if it says moderate or if that says something else, as it's really, really bad, like doctor's cursive. You're just like the number letters on it. You're assuming it's that. You do see a ring of protection listed, and just a sign that says mystery box, 15,000 gold pieces.
Ofa, what do these say?
oh, I can't believe. Fuck.
I'll repeat them all to him.
Alright, thanks. Okay. If it's possible for me to motion over one of the daughters.
Yeah, as Cinder kind of comes walking over, she smiles and goes, speaking in perfect primitive, goes, "Yes, may I be of assistance?"
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I would like to ask about the ring of protection and was it the cloak of resistance? How potent are these bad boys?
Well, the ring, we found it on a young Fae individual. She holds it out, and it is for a tiny or small character, Adam. It does not fit on your finger, and unless
So
you...
for my pinky toe.
Maybe, yeah.
You could wear it as an earring.
You could wear it as an earring. There you go. She kind of holds it up and goes, "This is quite potent, rather valuable amongst the adventurers from what we have had going prices. The current bid on it is 100,400 gold pieces."
100,400 gold pieces.
That is correct.
Okay.
As you watch over as, in the background, Lady Ferrum kind of crashes the cart right into the fire giant. As he kind of like nodding profusely, trying to apologize after Lady Ferrum says something, kind of walks back
Absolutely.
over.
Is it
Call them
possible
an
for me to
absolute moron.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're saying it's like a very good item, but for all I know, it could just be like a +2, which is still very good.
Mm-hmm.
But is it possible for me to appraise?
Yeah, give me a appraisal check.
11.
No, it's magical. Good news is, it's definitely a ring of protection. It's not worth 100,000.
You can compare to the one on my finger if you need to.
Well, I'm not getting the ring.
Ofa, what's the one on your finger?
I have a +3 ring of protection.
I will say the gemstone on this one does look cloudier and looks smaller than the one that Ofa is carrying.
Would you say the magical power between the cloak and the ring are somewhat similar?
She looks at, like, are you asking out of character or in character?
Out of character.
With that appraise check, you're unsure. The cloak is somewhat scorched around the hem. And there's just something off about that, like, it's kind of throwing you off for the power of it. It could be the smell of ash that you're kind of getting off of it. It could be the fact that you haven't seen the designs and this kind of sewing work before, but you're unsure. It doesn't look of high quality, is what I'll give you with that appraise check.
Gotcha. Do you have any more information about the cloak that to go off of? 100,400 gold is a pretty decent amount of money.
Oh no, that's just for the ring. The cloak is 70,000.
Oh, sorry for the confusion. I was asking about the cloak.
Oh, the cloak is in its own right. We managed to pick it up off of a wizard that we had found on our way here. Long expired. He had come across a horde of Drak that had managed to devour a lot of his bits. I assume he was in the middle of copulation as we found that his pants were unzipped and his member was missing. Quite impressive, I'd imagine, given the imprint it had left from the liquid that was left on his leggings. But otherwise, I couldn't tell you much about it. He looked capable. He had a darkened staff in his hand, from what we could tell, as his hands were completely covered in black sap, something only common to that rare wood type. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you anything else. I haven't worn it, nor have any of us.
Like if a mage was wearing it, probably wouldn't do too well for me.
She shrugs.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
She nods and smiles. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I do speak primitive, and about 7 different dialects of it, as well as dwarvish, giant, and draconic, and some common. As she winks at you and kind of turns to help her grandmother kind of sit back down, as Ferrum and Tovia kind of rejoin you two.
I think Tovia's.
No, go ahead.
I think Tovia's happy to move on to the next shop unless you guys want something.
I mean, I was interested in the cloak, but without knowing what it actually does, I'm not spending 70 grand on it.
I mean, I could. Can I attempt a spellcraft check just to see if I can
Sure.
assess what this might do? Just looking at it.
Yeah, why not?
It was. Yeah, why not? Indeed. Nat 20, 30.
Oh, shit.
Ah, congratulations. This is a cloak
means
of
something to me.
resistance +1. However, this is a first edition item of a very rare and young craftsman by the name of Eider Spellforge. supposedly having been made in his youth when he first was starting out looking to become an adventurer and before he joined the Unfortunate Sons. As you can see, his signature is different. This Cloak of Resistance +1 is not much different than normal, but there is definitely some sort of hidden boon on the item that you cannot get a read on, Tovia.
I will. She just said she spoke primitive. I will, with my message cantrip, I will relay that information to Adam, or I don't know if Toby would feel the need to hide it, but also, did I hear that she said it was 70,000 gold?
Yes, correct.
So she probably knows then. Oh, this Cloak of Resistance +1, made from crafted by that one dwarf that
Oh wow.
went missing from the Unfortunate Sons, the Ida fellow.
Oh,
Might have a special thing it does. So I don't
me
know if you
me don't know who that is.
well, he's a really good smith from what I hear. A
He
really good
was
crafter.
mentioned
Maybe-
earlier, wasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct.
This is one of his earlier works, but from what I've heard, he's made items, I mean, more recent that were, I mean, probably ones world leaders would want.
I would note, Adam, you would recognize the symbol as Otovia kind of like holding up the cloak, looking at it. It's similar to the one that Ned and Domnander were carrying items with that were way more magically potent from what you were able to tell over the time you were hanging out with them.
Still not paying 70,000 for it.
Adam just nods, like he's like very interested and turns, starts walking away.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I want to see what the boon is, I'm looking at my personal funds and thinking, I don't know about 70,000.
Look, the thing is, like, I could certainly buy it. I have the money. I'm not buying for that cloak for 70 grand.
That's fair. All right, as
Yeah,
Probably
I
a
think
steal.
so, yeah.
Somebody might be a steal, to be honest.
it could be. You never know. So as Tovia kind of sets it back down, are we thinking buying anything, or are we heading to another shop?
Next shop, my personal opinion, unless Farum wants anything.
Oh, Fairham's good.
All right,
All right. I
fantastic.
think
Where are
on
we
to the
heading?
salvage
Let's see.
part, right?
Yeah, Iron Widows.
Okay. Anybody else has an opinion? Going once.
I'm good.
Go.
Wherever we want to go. Yeah.
Going twice. All right, sold. Ooh, excuse me. As the god of fate belches in the background from too much cider. Not really. I'm just drinking apple juice in the background. All right. As you head over to the roughly sewn shop, it's a cart that's been kind of disassembled, set up with a small smithy, some shelves that seem to have a lot of battlefield recovered gear that's very rough. Much of it that's been kind of hammered back out clearly. Much of it that's been just cleaned up enough to be resold. You can see flicks of blood, some guts and biomatter here and there as you kind of inspect the general goods on the shelves. But as you look about, the items that kind of catch your guys' attention without a check come out to a long sword that's listed at 17,900. It has a notch in it, and it seems to have been re-edged twice from what you can tell. A masterwork breastplate that's been very dented and just seems to have been hammered out a good amount of times, given the clear indication of it. It is a medium size, I will say, for both these items. A tiny buckler shield that seems to be having no real flaws, no real information, just a buckler that's being sold for about 10,000. A pair of gauntlets that read the gauntlets of ogre power, both of them having deep claw marks across the knuckles, as if some creature has torn at the knuckles, almost pulling off the metal, splitting pieces of the metal completely down. And the price tag is 14,600,000 GP. And then finally, 3 unlabeled potions that seem to be kind of stuck into a loose leather bag that looks to be once of an alchemist kit. Doesn't have any of the rest of the kit, just these 3 vials in it. That is very stained in blood, but the potions look to be in perfect quality, and definitely have some sort of arcane energy coming off from what you can tell. But as you kind of like spin them around, the labels on them, it looks like it reads cure something wounds, but you're not. It's hard to tell as you look through. There's other bits and chests that are kind of locked away off to the side as you kind of look around. But as you do, Hoda Bronzefist kind of smiles up, introducing herself as she does, and kind of looks at each of you and goes, "Now, as you look at them, you do see this like massive half troll, half fire giant appearance, missing 3 fingers on their offhand, kind of wearing this massive stitched together breastplate from multiple different pieces of armor that seem to have been kind of smelted, not poorly, but very clearly for battle, not for looks, together. As she kind of looks you lot up and down, giving a smile, and as she does, her warm eyes kind of almost inviting, and she goes, "Now, how may I help you young folks? I see we got a beast folk of some clan I don't recognize, a Venitus noble, some sort of Neanderthal I'd gather, and the most infamous mercenary amongst the city right now, Lady Faramatra here. What do I have the honor of having you lot in my shop?"
You know of my family.
Of course, I've traveled quite far distance. Your father was a good customer of mine when I had passed through, when he could get over his pompous attitude.
Yeah, and I understand. Father was always a bit more specific with his words, but I mean that's awesome that you're so well traveled. May
Yeah.
I take a better look at your items?
More than welcome to investigate. I sell food, spices, coffee as well. I even got some chocolate powder somewhere around here that I made myself. Not much of an alchemist, but I found what was left in that alchemist kit, and well, mixing a few things together, and you got something that tastes good when you drink it hot.
I look at
Ooh,
Ofa at the mention of
Opa, yeah,
spices.
I was gonna say, yeah, Opa. That
If
already.
we make the adventurers coffee, they'll love us.
Or hot chocolate.
Or hot chocolate. Tavia will look at the potions.
Okay.
Did you say it was an alchemist kit or a?
It was an alchemist kit. It's basically
Okay.
a leather satchel with 3 potion vials in it that are kind of like roughly labeled, really hard to kind of read. That look like it reads cure something wounds. The rest of
With
the kit,
my-
like all the like powders and small vials, they're all gone. It's just the
Hold
bag.
on. Can I use
Or
my
maybe-
alchemy skill to try to suss out what these do?
Yeah, go ahead and
Potions?
give me your craft or profession alchemy, whatever you got.
Low roll on the die. 12.
Youch. You are not sure. You know they're magical,
Mystery.
and they're definitely not. They're not a cure moderate or cure severe wounds potions, as you'd recognize the potency from them.
I do love a bit of a mystery.
What about Opa? Did you want to? As you looking about?
I definitely interested in the coffee beans.
She smiles and nods, and she like brings you over towards a chest with a large chest filled with these things.
For how much?
She looks at you and goes, "The cart, or the whole chest, 2 million.
Oh,
That's 30 days worth of coffee beans right there. More than enough for your lot, 3 other parties easily."
For 1 day for Royce.
Okay, I had 4 cups of coffee today. Let it go. I'm an
Million
energy drink man
cups.
now. I need to feel the potency coursing through my veins.
You gotta get that Death Wish coffee.
Yeah, 100%.
And would I know how much a cup would sell for generally?
Well, if for every pound you could make about, let's say, 20 cups roughly, you're looking at roughly about 20 gold pieces would be the normal market exchange for it per cup.
If we're gonna be out in the boonies, you could definitely upcharge out the wazoo for that shit.
Oh yeah, also coffee's already a rarity in most areas. Ventures have to go and buy it from the source, which there's only a few places that grow it.
Well, I only have 126,000 gold, so ultimately it's going to be up to the party. But obviously we can make some money off of it. And
Yeah,
possibly some allies.
How much do you think you can upsell those coffees for?
Does your culinary ability transfer
mean-
over to making a good cup of coffee?
Yeah. Do you have profession barista? Like, you know, like,
Fashion
Are you Starbucks certified?
have you done the training courses?
I will say with Ofa's culinary skills, you would definitely be able to brew with this with ease, even in the worst circumstances. Ofa.
And hey, if you get other spices, you could make like flavored coffee as well. If you want, if there's some like bougie ass fucking mages out there.
Like sand flavored coffee.
I was thinking like cinnamon, but yeah, sand flavored. Yeah, I guess
sand flavored.
I
will
think that's
say-
the natural byproduct of existing in the desert.
Roughly from what you can tell, Ofa here, there's about 200 pounds of coffee. That's not it's not a great deal for what the price normally is, but given the fact of the rarity and the value of how hard this is going to be to get, I mean, this isn't a horrible price.
Don't buy 200 pounds of coffee. Or do, you know?
But, you know, it's up to you if you only want to pay 100. Go ahead.
Maybe I would say maybe see what the other spices also cost before you go all in on coffee.
That's also true.
Because spices might be expensive given we're in a more medieval fantasy setting.
You would be
Just need a little bit of spice leaf.
Yep, spice leaf. Yep. So, do you want to do anything with that, Ofa?
No, I think I'll just like nod my head for a moment and be like, well, it's definitely an option.
She nods and smiles and goes, "Would you like? I have spice leaf and spices if you'd be interested."
That, any vegetables or fruits even.
I have a few hundred pounds of spice leaf. They go about for 1,000 gold pieces per pound. That I'll sell it to you for. My spices, though, we'll say 150 gold pieces a pound. And I've got a few hundred pounds I can sell you. The only difference is the processing. We cut out what we like to sell for higher prices from the spice leaf versus what we're selling whole stock. Otherwise, the only thing I have gained a lot of in recent memory is a few potion cream that I bought up that I'm selling. A good amount of about 700 pounds of rock crab meat.
How much for enough to cover the expedition? I'd say probably same party's worth amount.
Well, I don't want to deal with the smell of the material and taking it home with me, so I'll give you a bargain.
Hold on, did you say a 1,000 pounds, 1,000 gold pieces a pound for spice leaf?
Yes.
Yeah, no, do not fucking buy that. That is, I was making sure that's a fucking scam. That is a big fucking scam. That is 10 times the original price.
It is.
Do not buy spice leaf.
She kind of looks at you and smiles and goes, "Well, the rock crab, 1,000 gold pieces for the lot of it. You have to carry it, though."
How much weight do we got left in the bag of preservation? Because otherwise, that thing's gonna rot in the desert sun so fast.
That's £1,000 for 1,000 gold.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna pass.
She shrugs. If you change your mind, I'm always happy to offer. She's kind of looking at Lady Faram's look of disgust and irritation about the crank of the prices, not saying
Yeah,
a
'cause, like when
thing.
you said 1,000, I was like, wait, that does not sound right. And I was like, I remember I was looking at buying Spice Leaf at one point before, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a fucking
Wait a minute.
like I
That's
respect it
bullshit.
as the merchant in me is like I respect the hustle, but like also goddamn, fuck that.
Oh man. Let's see.
I'm not interested in buying anything here. I don't need another long sword, and I have adamantine breastplate. I don't know what the fuck this is.
A masterwork breastplate.
See,
Made
I
I was
already
of,
gonna
have one
ask
of those too.
made of bronze.
gonna ask about the potions, but now I'm scared about the price that's gonna be listed.
Oh, no, the price is already there. It's listed underneath the bag. It's 20,040 GP for all three potions and the bag.
Better be good
Tovia
fucking
likes the
potions.
mystery. But that's the thing. I don't know exactly which kind of cure wounds they are. They're not moderate or severe, supposedly.
If you left
so...
mystery, you would have just bought the gambling box at the previous the previous shop.
Yeah, I think Tovia will also pass.
I am thinking about going back and getting that mystery box at some point if I'm really feeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gambling.
All right.
I'm just Tovia hears the voice of their parents scolding them to be more financially responsible and puts the potions back down.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Are we off to the estate recoveries then, or does anybody else wants to do something?
I was in the state recoveries. I think sounds good to me. I want to check out the wet goods person at some point, though.
I will say we are getting close to the end of our normal session. So, and I know some players have a more strict sleeping schedule than others due to personal life stuff going on. So, I'm going to offer now. We can either stop here and we can continue on with picking up with you guys going to the estate recoveries next session, or we can continue on for another hour and see how far you guys get and call it then. It is up to you lot. What would you like to do?
We can stop right now because I got my schedule. I am working next Sunday from 4 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
So it would probably be another thing to soak up time
Okay.
when I'm not here.
Oh, that's good because he doesn't want to help you guys shop. Clearly, okay, got you. So Adam has opted out of helping you guys shop again. But has after the end session. Opa, I'm looking at you as the other player who's got a little bit more of a busy schedule. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'd be good to call it now.
Okay, perfect. Then we got two. I assume Lady Faram and Tovia, you're fine with that?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm also good with that.
Perfect. All right, then with that, we thank you all for watching. We do hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for understanding our impromptu ending for this one. Normally, I do a little bit of a different ending, but since since Sunday likes its shopping episodes, we want to make sure we got a chance to go through everything. So, with that, we will see you all next time when we visit Veluth's estate recoveries and do a little bit more shopping around town and investigating into some more information about this expedition and who else may potentially be attending it that could be a threat, or what could be a threat in those areas. But for now, we thank you all for watching and hope you enjoyed. And yes, we will send Adam on a quest to go find out what monsters are going to be in this Dragon's King's Rest. See you next time.